Bàbá gọ́dọ̀ èmi náà fẹ́ wá rẹ́jọ. Dangote olórí méjì nàbẹ́gàdì bẹ́ẹ̀gì o. Ọlọ́run ọ̀run èmi náà fẹ́ wá bẹ́ńtì. Ọ̀tẹ́dọ̀lá olórí méjì nàbẹ́gàdì bẹ́ẹ̀gì o. Oya na 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 na. Oya na 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 na. Oya na 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 na. Answer my God. Bàbá ṣe tèmi náà, orí mo fẹ́ dolówó, mo fẹ́ dọ̀lọ́lá, èmi náà fẹ́ ṣoríire. Answer my God. Mo fẹ́ dolówó, mo fẹ́ dọ̀lọ́lá, èmi náà fẹ́ ṣoríire. I want your blessing. Oya na 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 na. Oya na 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 na. Èmi náà ara bọ́ọ̀sì. Answer my God. Oya na 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 na. Jọ̀wọ́ na 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 na. If you see my number, Baba pick up.
As the 2016 Edo State governorship elections heats up, many individuals from various backgrounds across political parties have indicated interest for the exalted office. Who are these aspirants in the Edo State governorship race? What are their pedigrees? What's their vision for Edo State? Find out as ITV Radio presents Meet the Aspirants Town Hall. Theme, My Vision for Edo State. Coming up this April 2016, featuring Professor Amadasun Ebegwe Fred, Professor of Medicine and APC governorship aspirant, Pharmacist Chris Iyari, Chairman Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter and APC governorship aspirant, Comrade Peter Eseli, former National President, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC and APC governorship aspirant, Sir Barrister Kesley Omoirabo, National President, Human Rights Defenders Association of Nigeria and APC governorship aspirant, Chief Solomon Iyobosa Adebi, President and Founder, Solomon Iyobosa Adebi Center for Change and PDP governorship aspirant, Honorable Matthew Idoikeme, former NDDC Edo State Chairman and PDP governorship aspirant, Dr. Pedro Osara Obaseki, APC governorship aspirant. This event will also feature a special talk on Edo women and the 2016 governorship election by Princess Mrs. Philomena Okoje Ihenye, PDP South Zonal Secretary. This event is designed to help showcase aspirants for Edo State 2016 governorship seat, their vision for the state, and provide an opportunity for people to ask questions. For more information on participation, please call this number 0704 216 3177. ITV Radio Meet the Aspirants Town Hall for a credible 2016 Edo State governorship election.
If that is another insult.
How much do you need?
Just 5K.
Is it not money?
Well, figures your Shakespearean boo, Wakili, is around, so he can help you do that.
Wakil is around.
Yes, he is.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess I was scared of what you were going to say. Dad, what do you want?
Oga Kurumbe. Eh? My being here, does it cost anything to your career?
You seriously came in here this morning just because of a girl's phone number? Delivered us from you? You bite all the time. Alright. Hey.
What happen?
Sir, I don't go. The next thing, he don't come plus me for back. And the tell I say, hold on, you know, hold on. Sir, at the pass, he just beat her. The next thing, he don't shift her now. See.
I know they run. He say no go run. I know they run, mama. He no go run.
Active.
I was soon. You don't hold her now.
Get out there. What you want to more brush?
Now you get that boss.
Yes.
What happened?
Brush the motor. Let's help my.
He said there with officer. He said the officer. See the key.
Wait.
Sir, give the driver the key. Give her.
Yes, they don't drive well.
They don't drive anyhow. Wosuno on top your TV for ITV 8:30 every Thursday. This they happen.
How do you like it? Reggae?
So right now, me left you
High life? Throwback Ninja? Juju? Or Cripsy Fresh Ninja? Whatever way you like it, these VJs.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Don General, Fasodo, Sydney Shoka, Hillary, and Kuala Wole are ready to serve you.
I know you're going to dig this.
While having lunch. So hook them up every day, Mondays to Fridays, on ITV Lunchtime Break Series, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and get your minds blown.
With so much happening all around us on a daily basis, you need that one trusted and authoritative medium that allows you report newsworthy stories using picture and video formats. Eyewitness on independent television is the place to put the word out. Simply take pictures or record video clips of events all around you and send via BBM or WhatsApp. Storytelling will never remain the same again. Watch Eyewitness on independent television every Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Eyewitness on independent television. Stories as they happen.
Back when I watch the girl. Now see the way I tell they use my boss, they find what I feed my plate. You will not get handwork. Maybe go find work they do. Remove hand for bad thing. You go better for all of us. That's why I say I'm rich.
My people now well done. Oh, this is matter when we do so. Now him that they call an Iziga market. This is Ziga when you see am. If you be manu, you be woman, you dey do am. E no good that bad thing. Na he be. Make it nobody put to hand for bad thing. Somebody no dey hold for there. If they die young, make una stop am. Bad thing when una dey do, make una stop. Na him we dey give warning, advice for all of una. I be man when he don't do government work. I don't retire for soldier work. I still there for life. I not put my hand for body something before I come hold you like this. I they do good. I they tell you small pikin make una follow road. Now he the happy person.
It's up to us, all of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. But Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
Does yours have what it takes to compete in a quiz competition on various subjects? Then come and register your school for the Nen and Friends Brain Power Game. Nen and Friends Brain Power Game is an opportunity for students to learn various topics in a fun environment while engaging in healthy competition.
T for D-Buy. D-Buy. Final answer? Correct.
Entry is free and there are exciting gifts and prizes for the winning schools and students. Nen and Friends Brain Power Game
is open to primary and secondary school students.
This is a great opportunity for all schools to get nationwide exposure and recognition.
My winner today is Oloko Abolaji. Please put your hands together for him.
Interested schools should please contact the coordinator or simply mail us on info@nenandfriends.com. Nen and Friends Brain Power Game, a celebration of excellence in our youths.
Now it's here. It's Blueburn Comedy Boss. Get the feeling of laughter from different comedians around the world. Get busted in Blueburn Comedy Boss in the street, in your office, wherever you are, and be refreshed with the latest celebrity entertainment gossip, including Street Joke and Blueburn Comedy Boss Red Carpet, all in one big boss. It's Blueburn Comedy Boss.
Now showing on the station every Wednesday 4:30 p.m.
Don't miss out, or you'll get busted. Blueburn Comedy Boss.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our Ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become Oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter and fish. We want train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hat. This workshop will take place for Glass House Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
Will be Saturday and Sunday. To take part for this workshop now, check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brothers and sisters, who now do?
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Davido scares neighbors at Lekki. Humble Smith Osinachi video hits 1 million views. Actress Liz Da Silva put on blast for rocking fake Louboutin shoes. An update on late singer No More Less. Davido is in the news again, this time shooting a live AK-47 rifle inside his compound at Lekki Phase 2 Estate, thereby scaring his neighbors. On inquiry, Davido said he took an AK-47 rifle from one of the policemen, guiding him to shoot a scene in his upcoming musical video titled Any Reason, and was not terrorizing anybody in any way. He apologized to his neighbors and uploaded the same scene of him shooting the AK-47 on his Snapchat page to everyone's disgust. What a dude. Osinachi crooner Humble Smith received reports of his much acclaimed song and video titled Osinachi featuring Davido hitting over 1 million downloads on YouTube and happily reacted this way.
That's one of the biggest things that's happened to my career. I use the pictures everywhere, with my BBM, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You don't understand. When they see and say, now God, no be Osho, no be Jazzy.
Nollywood actress Liz Da Silva was put on blast over the week for rocking fake Louboutin shoes and handbags, which she posted on social media as soon as she acquired them. A very pissed Liz Da Silva came back online ranting this way, and I quote, "Seriously? Why on earth would I buy original shoes that I would step on ground with for such outrageous sum of money when it is not gold, but just for the name of class? I wear copied shoes and bags, which means fakes, that fits me. And mind you, 99.9% of sensible people do same. Is that true, guys? Want to help designers make their money anyway?" She went on, "And if you don't like the shoes, go jump in the lagoon and locate the middle." And finally, late pop singer No More Loss will be buried on Thursday, 7 April 2016 in Lagos.
Mr. No More Loss. Again. Beautiful sunlight, brighten up my day.
No More Loss died of chest pain and pneumonia weeks back, and this video, Beautiful Thing, was his last job, but wasn't released till now. That's been entertainment info on ITV.
For Nigeria, say a prayer.
Remix.
Oh Nigeria, if you did diaspora, say a prayer.
Also play remix.
Oh Nigeria, listen. Now so we go there, we go sit down 24/7, no one can no pay. Our children they play on top empty belly. Who Lord show us the way? We go send our picking go school, them go fail, them go blend, them go end up in jail. Power holding our best friend because not only them remember send us mail. Nigeria the halo, una not a fellow. Even say the country the way low, una see the say low. Our happiness is covered with a veil of sadness. Mighty men are still falling to ghetto madness. Oh Lord, we asking for the oil of gladness. Juvenile kids in the streets, helpless, homeless. Papa God, why yo, why yo, why yo, why yo? Now the question we they ask them, why yo, why yo, why yo, why yo? And we no get answer. As for me, I go carry broom, sweep my upper room, lock myself, I no go see the sun or moon. No need for spoon, I no go chop, I go fast morning, evening, even afternoon. Soon, people go assume, say I meet my doom inside my room. I no go move even if say I hear boom. Say now waiting America do Kabul. I go resume on my altar with Kapla, rosary, crucifix, holy oil, holy water, holy Bible, mustard seed, break bread, drink wine, take holy communion. I no retire today, fire today, speak in tongues. All I wanna say is that them go hear my prayer for heaven, 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 heaven. All I wanna say is that they must hear my prayer for heaven, heaven, heaven. Because I go to pray sote, Lord, I go to pray sote. Ladies and gentlemen, brother has a prayer too. Oh, y'all know, Pastor Rhymes.
Yeah, I look around and I see nothing when I see no light at the end of the tunnel and I'm suffering. Hustling, killing myself from all the struggling. They close the door, but ain't no stopping me from coming in. Yeah, and you could put that on my name no matter how things will differentiate, they always stay the same. That's why I still appreciate my life through all the pain. Well, I strive to just eliminate the strife and all the strain, yeah. Do you know where you're going to? That's the question that I be asking myself with all the things I go through. Every time I get you to talk, you should know it's so true. Still do what I gotta do now. Every now and then I wonder where my strength be coming from. Fall to my knees and then I get to staring at the sun. That's when I know it's gonna be okay. And I really ain't got nowhere else to turn. I gotta go and pray sote.
Sote. Lord, I go to pray sote. Yeah. Sote. Lord. Yeah. Do you know where you're going to? I don't know, that's why I go there pray sote. We pray sote. Busta Rhymes is still with the pulse sote. Yeah. Monkey go with me swat sote. Limousine go be Niger taxi. All the presidents go be my party sote. The boss go win Grammy sote. Visa go turn Gary. Well go turn water. The king go breastfeed mama.
World News. Kenyan Deputy President William Ruto set for war crimes case ruling. And South Africa's President Jacob Zuma faces impeachment vote. Plus, ex-New Zealand Premier Helen Clark to run for United Nations top job. Beautiful afternoon to you and welcome to ITV World News with Wilson on Marshall. President Muhammadu Buhari has arrived after a 5-day official visit to the U.S. The president, accompanied by the governors of Bauchi and Kwara states, arrived in Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport.
President Muhammadu Buhari was received by the Minister of the FCT, Mohammed Bello, Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, Chief of Staff to the President, and other senior government officials. While in the United States, President Buhari participated in the 4th Nuclear Security Summit, during which he defended the rights of Nigerians and other developing countries on the use of nuclear energy for socio-economic advancements. The president also held bilateral engagements with some world leaders who promised to support his administration's genuine efforts at fighting corruption, insurgency, and revamping the nation's economy for the creation of job opportunity. Before departing Washington, President Muhammadu Buhari met a salient group of Nigerian professionals where he called for the understanding of the citizenry as the federal government strives to dismantle obstacles to national development for a better Nigeria.
Please have confidence in us that we are determined to get things done this time around, and God willing we will succeed. We are prepared to make amends of our mistakes. And we thank God that our countrymen and women are realizing how much opportunity we have lost. God gave us the resources, both human and material, but we failed to use it. But I assure you we will seize every opportunity now to use it so that we can build the infrastructure and move forward as rapidly as humanly possible.
Roslyn Eworame reporting.
The Court of Appeal sitting in Benin City has ordered the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Victor Edoro, and the Clerk of the House, Lawson Ogiagbe, to appear before it following the refusal of the House to swear in the member-elect for Isako West Constituency 2, Silvanus Peter Iraga. Best Mbire reports that the resumed hearing of the case witnessed heated arguments between counsel to the petitioner and the respondents.
2 weeks ago, the Court of Appeal sitting in Benin set aside the application by counsel to the petitioner Barrister Dele Igbinedion that the Speaker Edo State House of Assembly, Victor Edoro, be committed to prison for failure to swear in the member-elect for Isako West Constituency 2, Silvanus Peters Iraga. The court also directed that both parties should resolve the issue out of court within 2 weeks. With the expiration of the court directive on 2 weeks of settlement, counsel to the petitioner Barrister Dele Igbinedion approached the court and informed the justices that the issue could not be resolved amicably. However, before entertaining the application, the presiding judge, Justice Jimmy Bada, again advised counsel to both parties to go for a closed-door meeting and think of a way to resolve the issue without the court hearing the application. Although counsel to the petitioner, Barrister Dele Igbinedion, agreed to the decision of the court, the Solicitor General of Edo State, Barrister Oluwole Iyamu, who stood in for the Speaker and the Clerk of Edo State House of Assembly, objected to the position of the court and asked that the application be looked into. Counsel to the petitioner, Barrister Dele Igbinedion, in his submission, prayed the court to entertain the application that the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Victor Edoro, and the clerk, Lawson Ugiagbe, be committed to prison for contempt of court, having failed to comply with Form 48 and Form 49. Barrister Igbinedion pleaded with the court that the Speaker and the clerk should be present in court. In his argument, Solicitor General of Edo State, Barrister Oluwole Iyamu, prayed the court not to entertain the application by the plaintiff, since his client, Victor Edoro, had earlier filed an application to set aside Form 48 that was earlier served on him before the petitioner hurriedly served Form 49 on the Speaker, an action which he described as a breach of the Constitution. The Solicitor General argued that it was not necessary for his client to be in court as pleaded by counsel to the petitioner, as according to him, the prosecuting counsel violated some provisions of the law in serving Form 49 on the Speaker. Having listened to both parties, the presiding judge, Justice Jimmy Bada, ordered that the Speaker of Edo State House of Assembly, Victor Edoro, and the clerk, Lawson Ugiagbe, should appear in court this Thursday, while counsel to both parties were given 24 hours to file their written addresses. Although the Solicitor General, Barrister Oluwole, declined interview, counsel to the petitioner speaks on the ruling.
They have their own application to nullify what we are doing. So our own is to commit to prison. They don't want to go to prison. So the court has now adjourned the two applications to Thursday the 7th for hearing. All we want, all we are praying for, all we are appealing for is for well-meaning citizens to prevail on the Speaker of the House to swear in Gallant Commander Silvanus Eruaga.
The resumed hearing of the case is slated for Thursday. Best Mbiere reporting.
Shop owners and workers at Ede Plaza Phase 1 and 2 have cried out over alleged constant harassment by officials of the Edo State Ministry of Environment under the pretext of non-compliance with the weekly environmental sanitation exercise for markets and shops around the city. Pius Nsogo quotes some shop owners and workers of the plaza as saying that they have gardeners who clean up the plaza not only on environmental sanitation day, but on a daily basis.
At the time the news crew visited the plaza at about 8 a.m., workers were observed cleaning their surroundings. There were also strategically located waste bins for disposal of waste. Some shop owners said the plaza registered with the Edo State-owned Waste Management Agency, who are paid to evacuate waste on regular basis, but could not understand why the same government turned around to accuse them of not evacuating their waste.
Right now, the environmental sanitation is going on. The place is very clean. It's not dirty. They tell us that we don't participate. We close our shops. As you can see now, the whole shops, they are all closed. We've been obeying their, instruction ever since.
We have cleaner that clean this place every morning, sweep around, then maintain the toilet. But we are surprised that environmental people always come here to threaten us that they will seal up the shop. And the environment is not dirty. Every time they will come and serve us paper so that we'll come and pay money.
Every time they keep on harassing us, and we pay for environmental sanitation. Look at our site there. Well ventilated, we don't litter anything. And each time they keep on coming here to disturb us. They will not allow us to open our shop, even when they know that the place is neat. The assets supposed to be for cleanliness, Abi.
Some gardeners and sweepers at the plaza said for them, cleaning the premises is a daily affair, including every Monday set aside by government for the exercise. They debunked the allegation that Ede Shopping Plaza is not clean and said that they have never ignored observing the weekly sanitation exercise.
You can see me now, I'm sweating. Walking this morning. Every morning I must come here and walk, but every day there are complaints that environmental people are disturbing it. It's grass everywhere. Even you look the feet, we are using lawnmower to clear there. If you read there now, everywhere is clear, even the roadside.
You people can see now. Today will be Monday. We know they sweep well.
Contacted for comment on the issue, the Chairman Task Force on Environment, Mr. Yusuf Mokhtar Osage, who spoke off camera, said the plaza did not observe the weekly environmental exercise on a particular week, which he said prompted the action of the task force, adding that the issue had long been resolved. Pius Msogo reporting.
The Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, has directed the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 7, Bala Nasarawa, to relocate to Kaduna State to tackle the incessant kidnappings and other violent crimes in that state. The IG also directed that police officers who had served in the state command for a period of 6 years and above should be transferred out of the command with corresponding replacement. There have been a number of high-profile abductions in the state in the last 2 weeks, resulting in the death of 2 of the victims. Mr. Arase, in a statement by the Force Public Relations Officer, BC Kolawole, on Monday in Abuja, admonished the AIG to evolve new intelligence gathering and crime-fighting techniques and methodologies to suit the local challenges in the state. He also charged the AIG to devise means of halting the incessant kidnapping, as well as other forms of crimes and criminality, especially in Jare Kagako local government area of the state. The Inspector General of Police also directed the Kogi State Commissioner of Police and his counterparts in the Federal Capital Territory to improve on the surveillance network and high police visibility in their respective commands, especially along Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, and Kabowo axis to check the incident criminal activities in the areas. The National Universities Commission has described as erroneous and misleading the news making the rounds that Nigerian medical students will now spend 11 years to obtain their first degree. The NUC's Head Information Department, Mrs. Adebukola Olatunji, said in a statement that medical students would only spend 7 years in school rather than 11 years, which was widely reported in the news. Ms. Olatunji said newsmen misrepresented the NUC's Executive Secretary, Professor Julius Okoje, who was quoted to have announced the 11-year training period for medical students while giving the keynote address at the matriculation and inauguration of the University of Medical Sciences, Ondo, on March 12, 2016. She said nowhere in the keynote address entitled Development of Medical Education in Nigeria, Prospects, Challenges, was 11 years mentioned or implied. According to Mrs. Olatunji, what Okoje explained was that the NUC's basic minimum academic standard for medicine and surgery had been reviewed such that anyone wishing to study medicine and surgery and dentistry will first have to study any of the 4-year basic medical science courses such as anatomy, medical biochemistry, and physiology before proceeding to the clinical training that will run for 3 years. You're watching ITV World News. Still to come, Kenya Deputy President William Ruto set for war crimes case ruling. Details after this break. Please stay tuned.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our Ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become Oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple, and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream, and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter, and fish. We want to train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hat. This workshop will take place for Glass House Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
Will be Saturday and Sunday.
To take part for this workshop, now check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brothers and sisters, who now do?
And on the foreign scene, Kenya Deputy President William Ruto is due to find out whether a crime against humanity case against him will be thrown out by judges at the International Criminal Court. In Kiruka and Najemba, reports that Mr. Ruto denies murder, deportation, and persecution charges during violence that followed the 2007 elections, in which about 1,200 people were killed.
Kenyan Deputy President William Ruto is one of the most senior politicians to be tried by the International Criminal Court. The prosecution case against him has been determined by repeated setbacks. His lawyers want the case to be terminated due to lack of evidence. In February, judges at the International Criminal Court barred the use of renounced testimony, meaning that prior recorded witness statements could not be used by prosecutors. Several key witnesses in the case have changed their statements, which prosecutors said was due to intimidation and bribery. Mr. Ruto's lawyers say he would be acquitted because so many key prosecution witnesses have either dropped or changed their original statements. The International Criminal Court prosecutor have acknowledged that the loss of witnesses has weakened the case against the deputy president, but she has argued there still remains enough evidence to proceed with the trial. In 2014, the prosecutor dropped similar charges against Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, alleging that witnesses had been intimidated to make them change their testimony. The future of the case now appears to depend on whether the prosecution has proved that it has sufficient evidence to offset a known case to answer move from Mr. Ruto's lawyers. Mr. Ruto and Mr. Kenyatta were on opposite sides of the 2007 election, but formed an alliance that won the 2013 elections. In Kiruka and Ajimba, reporting.
South Africa's parliament is due to vote on an opposition-sponsored motion to impeach President Jacob Zuma. The Democratic Alliance said he was no longer fit to govern after the country's highest court ruled last week that he had breached the constitution by failing to repay public money used to upgrade his private residence. The governing African National Congress, ANC, is expected to defeat the motion. It denounced the impeachment proceedings as a publicity stunt. The Conservative Saskatchewan Party has swept to a third consecutive victory as the Canadian province held election. Saskatchewan Premier Brad Wall has risen to national prominence as one of the country's leading conservatives. The largely rural province is seen as one of the last conservative strongholds in Canada. Mr. Wall's success comes months after the election of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's Liberal government. The Saskatchewan Party won a clear election with victories in 51 out of 61 constituencies. Former New Zealand Prime Minister Helen Clark has ended months of speculation by announcing her candidacy to become the next UN Secretary General. In an interview, she said she would like to reform the Security Council by making Germany, Japan, India, and Brazil permanent members. She said 2 African gates might also become permanent members to reflect the 21st century realities. Ms. Clark is the current head of the United Nations Development Program. She argues that she has the right mix of proven experience to take over from Ban Ki-moon, who retires in December. She says the UN needs a new set of tools to face modern peace and security issues. 3 other women are vying to become the UN's first female Secretary General. 4 men are also candidates. Other candidates for the Secretary General position include UNESCO Chief Irina Bokova of Bulgaria and the former High Commissioner for Refugees Antonio Guterres of Portugal. Current UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon was re-elected to serve a second 5-year term in a vote at the UN General Assembly in New York in 2011. 2 planes collided at an airport in Indonesia capital Jakarta, resulting in a wing bursting into flames. According to a report, the passenger plane was taken off when its wing clipped the tail of a Transnusa aircraft being towed across the runway. Authorities said there were no injuries in the incident and all passengers were evacuated safely. And now talking health, a study suggests vitamin D supplements may help people with diseased heart. A trial on 163 heart failure patients found supplement of the vitamin, which is made in the skin when exposed to sunlight, improved their heart's ability to pump blood around the body. The Leeds Teaching Hospital team, who presented at a meeting of the American College of Cardiology, described the result as stunning. The British Heart Foundation called for longer trials to assess the pills. Vitamin D is vital for healthy bones and teeth and may have important health benefits throughout the body, but many people are deficient. Report says most vitamin D comes from sunlight, although it is also found in oily fish, eggs, and is added to some foods such as breakfast cereals. And in the world of sport, Chelsea have confirmed Antonio Conte will become their new head coach following the conclusion of the 2016 European Championship. The current Italy coach, Conte, signed a 3-year deal with reigning Premier League champions on Monday and becomes the 10th boss to take charge of Chelsea since Roman Abramovich completed his takeover of the club in 2004, with the 46-year-old set to officially take control after leading Italy at the Euro 2016 in France in the summer. Chelsea have been searching for a permanent successor to Jose Mourinho since sacking the Portuguese in November 2015, which current interim boss Gus Hendrick starting on a number of occasions that he would not be staying at Stamford Bridge beyond the end of the season. Conte arrived in London on Sunday afternoon and had final discussions with Chelsea before signing a contract 24 hours later that would keep him at the club until 2019. Antonio Conte won 3 Serie A titles with Juventus before resigning in 2014 and they guided the Italian national team to an unbeaten European Championship qualification campaign, winning 7 and drawing 3 of their 10 matches. Italy have been drawn in Group E for the finals along with Belgium, Sweden and the Republic of Ireland. And now to end the world news at noon, a look again at our major stories. Kenya's Deputy President William Ruto is due to find out whether a crimes case against him will be thrown out by the judges at the International Criminal Court. And South Africa's parliament is due to vote on an opposition-sponsored motion to impeach President Jacob Zuma. Former New Zealand Prime Minister Helen Clark has announced her candidacy to become the next UN Secretary General. On behalf of the news producer in Kiruka and Majemba, I am Wilson Omasho, thanking you so much for watching. Bye for now.
Independent television news. Truly independent.
So you're holding an event.
And you're looking for someone to film it? Do you regularly hold industry-leading religious or political-related events that you would love to get professional coverage for?
Or have you used event production companies in the past that just don't get it?
Because if that's you, don't worry. You are in the right place.
ITV, in conjunction with Airline Solutions, bring your event live on TV. You heard me right. Live on this station. Be it political events like campaigns, religious programs, weddings, etc. We got you covered. On the ground and in the air with our professional drone shots, you are sure of complete area coverage. Make that event of yours talk of the town with Airline Solutions. Our team of professionals with state-of-the-art equipment will make your event ready for viewing immediately after the event on any format of your choice.
What are you waiting for?
Contact us today.
For bookings and inquiries, contact the Commercial Department, ITV Glass House, Airport Road, Benin City. Call 0704-216-3173 or 0805-643-0509. ITV Live, we got you covered.
This one now 5 days national all night. Oh, hey, with Evangelist Silver Weti Yamu will be the senior pastor for Canaan Land Deliverance Ministry International. And the team of this program now cross the Red Sea. Make una no miss this one, oh. And the powerful men of God will go follow all this all night. Now be Apostle Sam Ope, Reverend J.T. Franklin, and the Holy Ghost filled music ministers will go minister for this all night be Steve Crown.
You are great, yes, you are.
Samsung. And many others. See, the date of this program now be Monday 18th to Friday 22nd April 2016. And the time of this program now be 8 p.m. every night. And the venue of this program now the International Church Auditorium, where the opposite house number 32 along the Limit Road behind Natravi School off Saple Road, Benin City. This now 5 days national all night with Evangelist Silver Weti.
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Davido scares neighbors at Lekki. Hammersmith Osinachi video hits 1 million views. Actress Liz Da Silva put on blast for rocking fake Louboutin shoes. An update on late singer No More Less. Davido is in the news again, this time shooting a live AK-47 rifle inside his compound at Lekki Phase 2 Estate, thereby scaring his neighbors. On inquiry, Davido said he took an AK-47 rifle from one of the policemen, guiding him to shoot a scene in his upcoming musical video titled Any Reason, and was not terrorizing anybody in any way. He apologized to his neighbors and uploaded the same scene of him shooting the AK-47 on his Snapchat page to everyone's disgust. What a dude. Osinachi crooner Humble Smith received reports of his much acclaimed song and video titled Osinachi featuring Davido hitting over 1 million downloads on YouTube and happily reacted this way.
That's one of the biggest things that's happened to my career. I've used the pictures everywhere, with my BBM, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You don't understand. When they see and say, now God, no be Osho, no be jazz.
Nollywood actress Liz Da Silva was put on blast over the week for rocking fake Louboutin shoes and handbags, which she posted on social media as soon as she acquired them. A very pissed Liz Da Silva came back online ranting this way, and I quote, "Seriously, why on earth would I buy original shoes that I would step on ground with for such outrageous sum of money when it is not good but just for the name of class? I wear copied shoes and bags, which means fakes, that fits me, and mind you, 99.9% of sensible people do same. Is that true, guys? Want to help designers make their money anyway?" She went on, "And if you don't like the shoes, go jump in the lagoon and locate the middle." And finally, late pop singer No More Loss will be buried on Thursday, 7 April 2016 in Lagos.
Mr. No More Loss. Again. Beautiful sunlight, brighten up my day.
No More Loss died of chest pain and pneumonia weeks back, and this video, Beautiful Thing, was his last job, but wasn't released till now. That's been Entertainment Info on ITV.
This is Osas. He has his own business, but he's unhappy because he's not getting any new customers. He doesn't have a professional logo design, an online website, or marketing material. He cannot get all of this with the help of Houston Technology Limited, adding value through creative thinking, website design, internet connectivity, multimedia solutions, all under one roof. Want to learn more? We specialize in logo design, internet connectivity, networking, Wi-Fi hotspot, and more. Creative websites, designed, developed, and managed. So now, Osas can be happy again because his business is now looking professional, searchable online, and attracting new customers. And what about you? Let us design your business, expose it on the web, and show it to the world. Visit us at 9 Epopava Road opposite to Tower Filling Station, Benin City. Telephone 0823-3062-731. Visit whostomonline.com for more.
All of us. The safety of our communities is in our hands. The police need our help and support. Boko Haram threatens our lives, our future, our country. but Nigeria belongs to us. God has blessed us with this rich land. Let us protect her as we protect each other. Report any criminal activity. Call these numbers. Your call is anonymous, and it is vitally important. Your support so far has been critical. Continuing it will make all the difference between a Nigeria of the fearful and a Nigeria of the free. Protect each other, for we are not terrorists. We are Nigerians. A message from the State Security Service.
ITV Channel 22. Independent television, factual news, breaking news, quality programs, entertaining programs, sports, class signals in over 8 neighboring states. Independent television, certainly the best.
Mellow, easy, gentle. Mellow, 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 mellow. Mellow, 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 mellow. Tó bá rí tajé ṣe ò ṣayé jẹ́jẹ́. Mellow. Tó bá rí mọ́ni lò ṣayé jẹ́jẹ́. Mellow. Tó bá lówó lọ́wọ́ ò tèkì ẹ̀ yìí sí. Mellow. Oyè jayé bí ẹni jẹ́ ṣù.
Mo ní lábẹ́ igi ITV o, ṣe rí bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo ti ń ṣeré mi. Inú mi dùn ara mi yá o. Lábẹ́ igi o ITV o, mo ní lábẹ́ igi ITV la wà. Mo ní ibikíbi tẹ́ bá wà ní Nàìjíríà ní Áfíríkà kẹ́ mọ̀ pé èmi kọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba ni èmi kọ́ Ọlọ́run ọba ló ń ṣe bẹbẹ tó ń ṣe kíni tí bẹbẹ ń lọ tí bẹbẹ ò dúró. Orúkọ tèmi ò yípadà, orúkọ tèmi lọmọ ọba Kọ́láwọlé Ọládùnjoyè Mr Valentino, ẹkùn lọmọ BBC lọmọ Akwabata wọn àti ilé ọdọ olú ọmọ ti gbogbo federation, ọmọ tí ó rọ̀bọ̀ tí ó lẹ̀pa tí ó dẹ̀ ṣáńdọ̀ ẹ̀ ṣí màkànákì ẹ̀ náà dẹ̀ ti mọ̀ pé tí mo bá ti dé ilé ti kún ọmọ òbẹ́ nìkọjà ọmọ kí gbogbo ilé tó ẹ̀yin tèmi ìmọ̀ òtún ti dé lórí ètò yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ bá ṣe ń ṣe ní every Tuesday tẹ́tẹ̀ tí mọ̀ pé tí mo bá ti dé ilẹ̀kùn àánú ti ṣí, ilé ti ṣí, ọmọ tí ó ṣe kéni tí ilé bá ti dé ìlọmọ náà ṣe kíni, ilẹ̀kùn ti ṣí náà yẹn gbogbo everywhere ṣe kíni àpá lọ́lọ́ torí náà mo fẹ́ yẹ kí ká jókòó ká ṣe kíni ká gbádùn ara wa torí pé kíni mo tún ti dé lórí ètò yín lunch time gbẹ̀dú náà pẹ̀lú èmi ọmọ ọba Kọ́láwọlé Ọládùnjoyè. So I wan greet everybody once again. I know as we dey do am every Tuesday. I don land again. I know say everybody don sit down cool right now say make dem enjoy yourself. Wetin you dey do for us now? You no know wetin you dey do. Maybe you dey enjoy your lunch now. Right now you need to tune your TV to independent television. Quick go tell people wey be say they dey outside wey they never know say the program don start. May I go back to una room now. May I go put on everything. Dancing shoe. So I still remember my humble name, Kolawole Oladunjoye. So I let una know say the golden sun don shele, don land again. Now so I want to go back to my PD, make we enjoy ourselves because I don't want to dey sit down, dey watch how things dey happen. I want make things dey real. I want to make una dey enjoy ourselves because they don't born me say me I come to the world, me I come make una happy. Then hold it.
bàbá tún ti ṣe ohun rere tó mórí mi wú sẹ́ o. bàbá tún ti ṣe ohun rere láàyè mi o yé pẹ̀lẹ́. ṣe ló sọ mí dẹ̀rù jẹ̀jẹ̀ fáwọn ọ̀tá. bàbá tún ti ṣe ohun rere láàyè mi o. torí náà ó tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. bàbá tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. bàbá tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. bàbá tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. Èdùmàrè tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́. bàbá tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. wá tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. Èdùmàrè tẹ́wọ́ gbọ́pẹ́ mi o. Ọlọ́run mi mo wá dúpẹ́. Ọlọ́run mi mo wá dúpẹ́. Ọlọ́run mi mo wá dúpẹ́. Ọlọ́run mi mo wá dúpẹ́.
Àwa yóò máa jó, a ó máa jó, àwa yóò ṣọpẹ́, a ó máa jó, àwa yóò máa jó, ijó ọpẹ́, ijó ọpẹ́, everlasting lọ́pẹ́ wa.
Àwa yóò máa jó, a ó máa jó, àwa yóò ṣọpẹ́, a ó máa jó, a ó fi jó ṣọpẹ́, a ó máa jó, a ó ṣọpẹ́, everlasting lọ́pẹ́ wa.
Àwa yóò máa jó, a ó máa jó, àwa yóò ṣọpẹ́, a ó máa jó, àwa yóò máa jó, ijó ọpẹ́, everlasting lọ́pẹ́ wa.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ̀yin lógo yẹ bàbá.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé sẹ́.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣé, ẹ ṣé.
Ọlọ́run mi ẹ ṣé o.
Ẹ ṣé o. Ẹ̀yin lógo yẹ bàbá.
Ìgbà tí mo tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá mi délé o.
Mo tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá mi délé o.
Èmi ti tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá yálé mi jaburata.
Mo tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá mi délé o.
Èmi ti tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá mi délé o.
Mo tẹ̀lé Jésù o, blessing bá mi délé o.
Fún mi lágbára kí n lè ṣe fẹ́rẹ̀ sí.
Ọlọ́run o.
Fún mi lágbára kí n lè tẹ̀lé ọ sí.
Bàbá mi o.
Bàbá fún mi lágbára kí n lè tẹ̀lé ọ sí.
Ọlọ́run o.
Fún mi lágbára kí n lè ṣe fẹ́rẹ̀ bàbá.
Bàbá mi o. Nígbà ìṣòro bá dé, kí n lè fẹ́ ọ sí. Nígbà ìṣẹ́ bá sáré wá, kí n lè dúró ṣinṣin. Nígbà ìjì bá ń fẹ́, kí n lè dúró ṣinṣin. Nígbà ìṣòro bá dé, kí n lè fẹ́ ọ sí. Nígbà ìṣẹ́ bá sáré wá, kí n lè dúró ṣinṣin.
Jọ fún mi lágbára kí n lè tẹ̀lé ọ sí. Bàbá fún mi lágbára kí n lè tẹ̀lé ọ sí.
Bàbá mi o.
Fún mi lágbára kí n lè ṣe fẹ́rẹ̀ bàbá.
Ọlọ́run o. Alátìlẹ́yìn gbogbo ẹ̀dá láyé. Alátìlẹ́yìn gbogbo ènìyàn. Alátìlẹ́yìn gbogbo ẹ̀dá láyé.
Títí ayé mi lèmi ó máa kàlélúyà.
Yes.
Àwọn àmàrí bí lọ́ba Elédùmarè.
Yes.
Mo kọrin gbàdé ó ọ̀tá tuntun rẹ̀ lẹ́yà.
Yes.
Oníṣẹ́ ìyanu ní ọba Elédùmarè.
Yes.
Mo lùlù gbàdé ọ̀tá tuntun rẹ̀ lẹ́yà.
Yes.
Ọ̀tá mi bẹ̀ dúdú yọ ọlọ́run gbọ̀nà ara yọ.
Yes.
Ire mi ti dé o ọlọ́run ló ṣògo ẹ.
Yes.
ta ń dúró kú sí mi ọlọ́run mi ní òjẹ́.
Yes.
ẹni tó ní kí n kú àforí ara ẹgbẹ́.
Yes.
èmi ò mọ̀ lẹ́ni kankan àyàfi Elédùmarè.
Yes.
mo kọrin gbàdé o mo tún bá lọ́ba lọ́ba jẹ.
Yes.
mo kọrin gbàdé o mo tún bá lọ́ba lọ́ba jẹ.
Yes.
èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí o.
Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí.
èmi ò máa rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí o.
Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí. Kò dáwọ́ ire dúró lórí ẹbí. Kò dáwọ́ ààbò dúró lórí aya àtọmọ. Kò tẹ̀sẹ̀ mi kó tó fàánú gbà mí o. Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí.
èmi ò máa rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí o.
Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí.
èmi ò máa rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí.
Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí. Kò dáwọ́ ire dúró lórí ẹbí. Kò dáwọ́ ààbò dúró lórí aya àtọmọ. Kò tẹ̀sẹ̀ mi kó tó fàánú gbà mí o. Èmi ò rí irú ọlọ́run yìí rí.
èmi kọ́.
Ọlọ́run
èmi màmá kọ́ o.
ọlọ́run mi.
torí pé títí ayé mi èmi yóò máa dúpẹ́. títí ayé mi ò èmi ó máa dúpẹ́. oore rírí oore àìrí oore lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èyí tó tún bọ̀ lọ́nà. oore kàpìtì kàpìtì kẹ̀ǹkẹ̀ kẹ̀ǹkẹ̀ rìpìtì rìpìtì àfrágbá yamuyamu oore. èyí tó ń ṣe nínú ayé mi lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Kẹ̀wẹ́ múra bàbá múra bàbá.
Múra bàbá fọlọ́re.
Mo múra bàbá múra bàbá o.
Múra bàbá fọlọ́re.
Èmi ò lè sọ bó ti ń bá mi ṣe.
Àwa ò lè sọ bó ti bá wa ṣe.
Mi lè sọ bó ti ń bá mi ṣe.
Àwa ò lè sọ bó ti bá wa ṣe.
Torí pé ó kọjá òye ènìyàn. Kódà ó kọjá ọmọ adarí oorun. Mi má lè sọ bó ṣe bá mi ṣe o. Èmi kọ́.
Ọlọ́run ni.
Èmi màmá kọ́ o.
Ọlọ́run ni.
Mi lè sọ bó ti ń bá mi ṣe.
Àwa ò lè sọ bó ti bá wa ṣe.
Mi lè sọ bó ti ń bá mi ṣe.
Àwa ò lè sọ bó ti bá wa ṣe.
Àpò lórí raya lórí ọmọ lórí gbogbo ìdílé pátápátá.
Sidophobia in action.
Ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá.
Old school appel.
Ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá.
Òjò tí òṣù ò tó ń rọ̀ rè.
Ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá.
Sẹ́ni tó lè mojọ́ tó máa dákẹ́.
Ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá, ọmọ rápálá.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ eléyìí ò lè dá o forever o.
ọmọ rápálá ọmọ rápálá ọmọ rápálá ọmọ rápálá.
Sísí mi wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ẹlẹ́yìn wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
Sísí mi wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ẹlẹ́lẹ́yìn wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
báwo tí mo tẹ́.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
báwo tí mo jù.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
owó ń bẹ ní báńkì.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
owó tún bẹ lápò.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ. torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ẹlẹ́lẹ́yìn wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
Sísí mi torí ẹ mo ṣe ń ṣàkọ.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ọmọge torí ẹ mo ṣe ń ṣàkọ.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ọ̀pọ̀ ọkùnrin ló fẹ́ kú o nítorí ẹ. ọ̀pọ̀ ọkùnrin ló rẹ́dì láti ṣe tiẹ̀. àmọ́ kinní kan ni mo fẹ́ kó yí ẹ dájú. eré ìgélé gbogbo wọn ò lè ṣe tó mi torí náà ẹlẹ́lẹ́yìí Sísí mi wò ṣe fún mi ẹlẹ́lẹ́yìí wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ. torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ.
ẹlẹ́lẹ́yìí wò mí.
torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ. torí ẹ mo ṣe ṣàkọ. ọmọ rápálá 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 ọmọ rápálá.
mo ní tó bá bá wòlíì rìn wàá mọ̀ nípa báíbù. tó bá bá ń fa rìn wàá mọ̀ nípa tírà. àmọ́ tó bá bá bàbá rìn wàá mọ̀ nípa ṣàkàṣà.
torí bàbá tọ́ síbẹ̀
ọba ṣàkàṣà ni. àní tó bá bá wòlíì rìn wàá mọ̀ nípa báíbù. tó bá bá ń fa rìn
wàá mọ̀ nípa tírà.
ṣùgbọ́n tó bá bá bàbá rìn wàá mọ̀ nípa ṣàkàṣà. torí bàbá tọ́ síbẹ̀ ọba ṣàkàṣà ni. irú jọ̀wọ́ làwọn òjò rí Àkàndé Àbàsí. àìmọye bíi Sisi ológe ọwọ́ yídà
tọ́ síbẹ̀ system.
aroma styling kò máa lọ. ń gbádùn ẹ o. anirujọ̀wọ́ làwọn òjò rí Àkàndé Àbàsí. àìmọye bíi Sisi ológe ọwọ́ yídà tọ́ síbẹ̀ system aroma styling kò máa lọ. aroma aroma.
aroma.
aroma aroma.
aroma.
ìgbẹ́ ò léegun àmẹ́ni tó bá tẹ̀ dandan ni kò ti ro. ọmọge tójú bá ṣe méjì dandan ni kò wọ ṣẹ́ mi. ìgbẹ́ ò léegun àmẹ́ni tó bá tẹ̀ dandan ni kò ti ro. ọmọge tójú bá ṣe méjì dandan ni kò ọ̀ṣẹ́ mi. àwa lálàlùjọ pẹ̀lú àṣàkáṣà ó ti ṣọ́jú máa lọ bọ̀ yìí. ṣàjẹ́ ti sọ fún wa ó ní dábàá sí nílé ó ní ẹ má má dábàá àmọ́ tẹ́ bá ti rí wa ẹ má gbọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. action. aláwa lálàlùjọ pẹ̀lú àṣàkáṣà ó ti ṣọ́jú máa lọ bọ̀ yìí. ṣàjẹ́ ti sọ fún wa ó ní dábàá sí nílé ó ní ẹ má má dábàá àmọ́ tẹ́ bá ti rí wa ẹ má gbọ́ lóríṣiríṣi. ọmọ jọjọjọ 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 ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ fẹ́ràn ara wa o ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ fẹ́ràn ara wa o inú ilé ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ lẹ́jẹ̀rẹ̀ yín ẹ ń darí jiyàn ṣẹ̀yìn àfi kẹ́yanjú ẹ̀ ọmọ Yorùbá inú ilé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti róge bẹ́ẹ̀ bá rọ ọmọ pupa àbójẹ́ dúdú tó bá ti jẹ́ pọ́dù àfi kẹ́dẹ́bẹ̀ ẹ ti lé jù ọmọ Yorùbá ohun yẹn ni ẹ o ẹgbẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwa lálẹ́ ìfẹ́ àwa lálórí àwa lálẹ́ ìṣá ta ló ń gbé mú a sọ fún wọn pé ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ ni mú bí o bá ìpọ́n má fi ṣe gbégéré bó bá pọ́n tán má sọ di dòdò bó bá pọ́n jù má sọ di dòdò kiri tó bá dẹ̀ wù mí má tún fi ṣe bọ̀lì èmi mo lè ṣá èmi mo lè dé èmi mo nílùú ọmọ jọjọjọ ẹ̀ ń rọ́gẹ̀ sójú ẹ̀yìn òun rán ọmọ sójú bẹ́ẹ̀ bá ti rán ọmọ àfi gẹ́dẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ àfi kẹ́ ṣe ní ṣá ó lè níyí mo lè níyí ẹ̀yin kan dẹ̀ rè ẹ̀yin tún dájú ẹ̀ ń dárí jiyàn téèyàn bá ti ṣẹ̀yìn àfi kẹ́yanjú ẹ̀ ọmọ àlè níyí bàbá yìí lẹ́jọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ jẹ́ ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ ara wa o ọmọ Hausa ni wá àrínú ara wa ọmọ jọjọjọ àwa lálẹ́ àlùjọ pẹ̀lú àṣàkáṣà ó ti ṣọ́ọ̀jù máa lọ bọ̀ yìí ṣàjẹ́ ti sọ fún wa ó ní dábàá sí nílé ó ní ẹ má má dábàá àmọ́ tẹ bá ti rí wa ẹ má gbọ́ lórí jìjì. tí má gbọ́ pé kí ni pé bàbá fẹ́ ṣeré bàbá sọ mí mọ́lẹ̀ onímọ̀.
èmi lọ́mọ tó ń sọ èmi lọ́mọ tó ń sọ àìn ò lè fi wà tó pépà so àìn aláìsíwà látàyè tara so àìn ìjàmbá ló ní ẹ̀wẹ̀ so àìn aláyé ní paṣọ ẹ̀yàn ọmọ ìyá mi àìn iná jà iná rè àìn òfin wùwà so àìn uzọ̀bù ọmọ ìyá uzọ̀bù ọ̀gá ẹni kò gbà fún ọ̀gá ẹni kò gbà fún àìn kọ́mi smọ́dọ̀ kọ́ akéwé jọ ọ̀gá ńlá àìn. ọmọ pẹ́ gara lọ gara bọ̀ ẹni bá lọ ló bá bọ̀ kí ló ń ṣàlà bí o tẹ̀ mọ́ kọ́ tó ń sọ. Uzọ̀bù yípa ikò ó kárí ọmọ ikò. ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo ẹ̀yin fàdí mi ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo. ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo ẹ̀yin fàdí mi ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo. àràbọ̀ lẹ́sẹ̀ ni àbí lẹ́fà ẹ̀yin fàdí mi ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo. ikọ̀ lẹ́fẹ̀ ni àbí lọ́jà ẹ̀yin fàdí mi ẹ̀wọ̀n lè wo.
ẹ ṣé o àfojújù lẹ fẹ́ gbọ́ o ẹ ṣé o. kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. oníkọlà jẹ́ ó ṣe o ọmọ Pétérù ti dé o. Ṣínà Peter ló láfojújù. àfojújù ìfẹ́ ti ṣe àwọn.
ẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́gbẹ́ lẹ́yìn mi. ẹ jọ̀wọ́ iná pè ní kúrẹ́tọ̀.
olùdásílẹ̀.
mo ní iná pè ní fáńdà.
olùdásílẹ̀.
ìdásílẹ̀ afrojuju àti sọ tẹ́lẹ̀ rí ayé òde pátá dáradà wọ́pọ̀ lè fọwọ́ aago sẹ́yìn ni àsìkò àwa yóò tìrẹ ó kọyé bínú wa fọṣọ ni yóò ṣàgò. kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. kò sí bọ́ ṣe máa lùlù tàbí kọrin àfojújù tó máa dàbí ẹni tó ní. oníkọlá jẹ́ ó ṣe o ọmọ pétérù ti dé o. ṣínà peter tó láfojújù. àfojújù ìbẹ́sì sí àhó. Right now, we are ready to play music. We are ready. I say right now, we are ready to play music. We are ready. Mini right now, we are ready to play music. We are ready. I want to play. You want to dance? I want to play music. You want to dance? You want to dance? I want to play. You want to dance? I want to play. Abba, let us dance to Shina music. Let us dance to Afro Juju. Let us dance to my sisters and brothers, all music lovers. Afro Juju is the latest. It's the latest music in town. Dance, 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 and forget your sorrow. Dance, 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 and forget your sorrow. Jẹ́kájó, 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 ìjọ Ṣínà ó yá. Ibi tá tí mọ́dù yẹn wá kò lè yé wọn rárá o, kò lè yé wọn. I say dance, 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 and forget your sorrow. Abba, dance, 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 and forget your sorrow. Jẹ́kájó, 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 ìjọ Ṣínà ó yá. Oníwèrè lu wèrè o. Ẹjọ́. Àwọn onífújì wọn ló fújì wọn. Ẹjọ́. Àwọn lápàdà wọn lápàdà wọn. Ẹjọ́. Àwọn oníjújú wọn ló jújú wọn. Ẹjọ́. Aláwúrèdè làwúrèdè ẹ̀ o. Ẹjọ́. Olúwa Ṣínà láfọ́ jújú ẹ̀ o. Ẹjọ́. Ìjọ Ṣínà. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ Ṣínà. Ìjọ Ṣínà. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ Ṣínà. Afrojuju. 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 Èmi lè jó. Ìwọ lè jó. Èmi lè jó. Ìwọ lè jó. Ìjọ Ṣínà. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ Ṣínà. Ìjọ Ṣínà. Ẹ̀rẹ̀ Ṣínà. 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 àgbàlagbà ń jó ijó ṣínà. Àwọn gáì wọ́n jó ijó ṣínà. Ọmọdé wọ́n jó ijó ṣínà. Shina music say Shina. Shina. If you love Shina music say Sa. Sa. If you love Shina music and you really want to show, if you love Shina music say Shina. Shina. If you love Shina music raise your hand. If you love Shina music, let us laugh. If you love Shina music and you really want to show, if you love Shina music, let us dance. I used to see baby, baby. And you reckon never and you see baby, baby. Ọlọ́mọge tó dúró sẹpẹsẹpẹ yìí, tèmi ní tiẹ̀ kọ́ ó má jàjà. Nítorí fàájì ìsàlẹ̀ wa, tẹni tó bá jù lọ́mọge máa bá lọ. Tèmi ní tiẹ̀ kọ́ ó má jàjà o. Oyin mama ọjà dùn lóyún, oyin mama ọjà dùn lóyún, ṣìkìṣìkì alóhùn mímu, alóhùn mímu. Oyin mama ọjà dùn lóyún.
How do you like it? Reggae? High life? Throwback Niger? Juju? Or Cripsy Fresh Niger? Whatever way you like it, these VJs.
Okay, boys, here we go.
Don General, Fasodo, Sydney Shoka, Hillary, and Kola Wole are ready to serve you.
I know you're gonna dig this.
While having lunch. So hook them up every day, Mondays to Fridays, on ITV Lunchtime Break Series, 12:30 to 1:30 p.m. and get your minds blown.
wọ́n ní mo gbà bẹ́ẹ̀ torí pé kí ni ẹ ṣáà ti mọ̀ bó ṣe ń lọ ẹ ṣáà ti rí báyẹn pé Shina Peter ní ẹ̀rín ẹ̀ Shina Mania ní àkọlé orin ti ẹ̀rín yẹn tó mú afẹ́ máa fi àsìkò yìí máa fi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run àti ẹ̀yin alátìlẹ́yìn mi pátápátá pé ẹ ṣeun gan torí pé kí ni tí ó bá sẹ́yìn níbẹ̀ kò lè sí mi ọlá yín Ọlọ́run ni mo fi ṣe kí ni mo fi ń dún tí mo fi ń dán tí mo ń glitter tí mo ń brighter yìí náà jẹ́ ti mọ̀ pé tí mo bá ti dé ilé ti ṣí yẹn ilé ń dùn torí pé kí ni èmi ò nígbà kan tí mo fi ń ṣe kí ni tí mo fi ń dán ara mi torí náà mi ì lè dán gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń gbádùn mi lé gbogbo orin tó wà ńlẹ̀ ṣì wà ńlẹ̀ tó jẹ́ pé a máa gbádùn ara wa torí pé kí ni mi ì tí fi yín sílẹ̀ o àyè máa gbádùn ara wa torí náà kí n kọ́kọ́ máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Aláyọ̀ film production náà àti Wasco venture Eléwédú film palace gbogbo ẹ̀yin tó wà lẹ́yìn mi tẹ́ ò jẹ́ kápá mi ò jábọ́ torí bí ò bá sẹ́yìn gan kò lè sé mi tó ẹnìkan ló wà nídìí orò tí orò fi ń dún torí pé kí ni aṣọ tá à ń wọ̀ gbogbo ìdí tá à ń di èèyàn ló ń ṣe èèyàn ló wà nídìí ẹ̀ tó ṣe kí ni mò ń kí ọ̀rẹ́ mi ẹ̀gbọ́n mi ẹ̀yìn náà ti mọ̀ Adémọ́lá ọmọọba Kẹ́ni Adéọba náà ni mò ń kí náà mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ aláṣẹ Sahara tó ní Sahara fashion náà pé wọ́n ṣe gan torí pé kí ni àwọn ló fún wa ní aṣọ tí à ń wọ̀ torí pé kí ni àwọn ló wà ń bẹ̀ fún wa tó gbogbo ẹ̀yin fans mi pátápátá ọmọ Yorùbá pátápátá lọ́kùnrin lóbìnrin gbogbo yẹn ni mo kí pé ẹ ṣeun adúpẹ́ tó I wan let everybody know say na like this we go end the program for this week I still remember una brother Kolawole Mr. Valentine no na not as we dey do am I no fit just leave una like that make we just dey go like that no I go still let una dey know say next week I will still come back. So, I won't go back to my PD. Before I will go back, I want to thank everybody who sit down gidigba wey make this show possible to it. Because if they not there, me I no go there here. But so, and me won't let you know say tomorrow, now that day wait on general go there with you. Then on Thursday, by the grace of God, Hilary go there. And I know I see the way they do all the old school jams and all those things. Hilary go there the house. On Friday, my big brother Signy Shocker go there the house too. So, on Monday, I know I say the big MC Fasodo. On Tuesday, the Golden Sun. That's so we go dey do until from Monday to Friday. I go dey enjoy myself. On lunchtime, now lunchtime by do be this. So I still remember my humble name, Kolawole Oladunje. Till next week, by the grace of God. Ọlọ́run tó fi wá hàn káyé ibi àbáṣe fújì gbé òkèrè. Àwọn fi ń dúpẹ́ fọlọ́run àwọn fans mi dẹ̀ sọ pé ìṣílẹ̀ àwọn orin kó máa wọ́n aláyélúwà làwọn òkèrè. Àwọn fans mi dẹ̀ sọ pé ìṣílẹ̀ àwọn orin kó máa wọ́n aláyélúwà làwọn òkèrè. Àwọn ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ayé o wọ́n foríkorí lórí mísíkì o wọ́n fi polówó wọ́n bí mọ̀ràn lórí kíkújì orókè alọ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀ orókè nínú olórin ìsẹ̀yìn wọ́n kánú pọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé màlákàrí àti ìpàdé kújì tó mẹ́kàrí àgbáyé o kò tọ́ sẹ́ni kankan tó jù màláìka lọ. ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n ayé o wọ́n foríkorí lórí mísíkì o wọ́n fi polówó wọ́n bí mọ̀ràn lórí kíkújì orókè wọ́n ní ta ló fẹ́ pa orókè nínú olórin ìsẹ̀yìn àní pé wọ́n kánú pọ̀ wọ́n sọ pé màláìkàrí àti bàdé fújì tó mẹ́kàrí àgbáyé o kò sẹ́ni kankan tó jù màláìka lọ. Àlàó Sulemana màlá ló mọ́ òun lákọrin tó fọkàn yọ Àlàó ní Sẹ́ríkì àti retí ẹ̀ Babadéwálé. Àlàó Sulemana màlá ló mọ́ òun lákọrin tó fọkàn yọ Àlàó ní Sẹ́ríkì àti retí ẹ̀ Babadéwálé. Èyí ló ní gbó ayé tí mo yẹn dájú ẹ̀fọn ló lọ́dọ̀ ẹ má jiyàn sí rárá o ikú ló sọ pé jájá òun lòún dúró ẹ lè pàgọ́ sí òun lẹ́nu ọmọdé wúlé o ẹ̀jẹ̀ jẹ̀jẹ̀ ni mo jọ kó lórí wá mi ìgbà o. Àlàó Sulemana màlá ló ń bọ̀ lákọrin tó gbàgbọ́ yọ Àlàó ní Sẹ́ríkì àti retí ẹ̀ Babadéwálé. Àwọn tèmi má jiyàn màlábídá aláwọ̀ tèmi má jiyàn màlábídá ọlọ́run tó dá mi lọ́lọ́rin mà ti jọ́ pé o kò má jẹ́ kókù sí mi kan kò má kéré o wọ́n lé mi mo lè kọrin tó fọkàn yọ táwọn yẹn fẹ́ o. Àlàó Sulemana màlá ló ń bọ̀ lákọrin tó fọkàn yọ Àlàó ní Sẹ́ríkì àti retí ẹ̀ Babadéwálé. Nítorí wípé káyé lè mọ̀ yàtọ̀ lẹ́kùn tó lọ́hùn fi fún mi màmá bíyà àwa nọ́ọ̀sì wọn tún jára mọ́ lóbi jẹ́ ìgbẹ́ yẹ́sọ̀ lórí tí ó sọ ìgbẹ́ káwọn bá o. Àlàó Sulemana.
síwájú mo dá láyé lúwà torí mo bàbá síwájú ẹgbẹ́ sọ fún wọn pé kọ́ lọ bá fún sẹ́ríkì ó bá lẹ́gbọ̀n ká fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ o kò bá kí ni o ọlọ́rọ̀ máa tó sọ́ra ẹ̀.
aláwọ̀ sùlẹ̀ mọ̀nà màlá ló ń bá òun lákọ̀ọ́yì tó fọ́gbọ̀n yọ aláwọ̀ ní sẹ́ríkì àti ìrètí rẹ̀ bàbá níwájú.
nínú ẹlẹ́rọ ńlá wà láwọ́ tí lókè iná. nínú ẹlẹ́rọ ńlá wà láwọ́ tí lókè iná. bójá tó ní tọ́jọ́ ju aláyélúwà ló lè kọ́ yẹn. ẹ máa lọ fọ́ gálọ̀wọ́ mu. kẹ́rẹ̀ máa bẹ ní tó pẹ́ má bí wẹ́nì tó kọ́ láyé. ọba tó ṣẹ̀dá ìrìn òun ló ṣẹ̀dá ẹ̀lírí. bó tilẹ̀ wù káàdì yẹn ká tó àgọ́ ló máa dé pẹ̀yìn o. wọ́ọ̀rù lè lọ káàjà àròní ìṣòkò aṣọ. wọ́ọ̀rù lè lọ káàjà àròní ìṣòkò aṣọ. ọjọ́ sí pẹ́tẹ́kù tí ń ṣọdẹ ló ṣọdẹ nínú igbó tó mẹ́ran tó ń jẹran. ajájà bù sí pẹ́ di ẹni kárí. ọjọ́ tẹ̀rẹ́ sí pẹ́ di ẹlẹ́yìn kan. tàbí ṣùgbọ́n sì ṣùgbọ́n tàbí òsì o aláàjì súlẹ̀ àlà o ti fẹ́ ìpẹ́kun lòdì orin. láyé ọjọ́ sí táwọn polisi pé kò lè dá ṣẹ́dá àwọn aláìní gbàgbọ́ o lọ́ba máa wí fásọ báwọn onírègbè ọmọdé o. ìrègbè òun ló dọ́là fálà o ìyẹn la fi dúpẹ́ báwọn tó ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ jù à o. ọ̀rẹ́ sọ bọ̀ pé ẹ̀yà sọ bọ̀ sí o wọ́n ní ká má má mi kàn á ò padà òkè o. ibi tọ́mọ tí ọ̀rà tó ti bẹ́rìn tí ń fojú bó ọmọ tó fẹ́ kọ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ kò sí farapa.
làbáìkà ọkùnrin o mo tẹ̀ yẹ wá sí o matrimony advice la pè yí o ìmọ̀ràn fún lọ́kọ́lá ayálábí torí pàtẹ́ kọrin ìyàwó o àdẹ̀dí kọrin ọmọ wẹ́sẹ̀ bọ́ èèyàn alábí yorùbá náà ń pa ní òwe o ẹbí mi ò wẹ́sẹ̀ kí náà wé o wọ́n láti gbé ìyàwó ọjà tó wọ ọbẹ̀ lóṣòro alábí tó wọ ọbẹ̀ nìkan kọ́ o àti gbẹ́pẹ́ máa lọ́jà ju alábí láṣẹ ní àsọ̀rọ̀ yóò àti mú lò mú dọ̀ ọkọ̀ máa ti àwọ̀. ìmọ̀ràn mi àkọ́kọ́ ni pé love is trust trust is love. ẹgbọ́n náà love is trust trust is love. ẹ fi sọ́wọ́ òsì o kẹ́ máa fi jẹun ìgbé gbàgbọ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìfẹ́ ní gbàgbọ́. ẹ jọ̀wọ́ ẹ fi sọ́wọ́ sí o kẹ́ máa fi jẹun ìgbé gbàgbọ́ nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìfẹ́ ní gbàgbọ́. gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n kẹ́ fìlà tí wọ́n ya gèlè o tí wọ́n kẹ́ bùwá lọ́jọ́ ìgbéyàwó gbogbo wọn kọ́nà fẹ́ kẹjọ fẹ́ra yín tó bá fẹ́ kẹjọ fẹ́ra yín wọn ní fẹ́ kẹjọ gbé galẹ̀. ìkànnì kìíní ẹ̀kúrẹ́ olóko tá a ṣọ̀rẹ́. ìkànnì kìíní ẹ̀kúrẹ́ olóko tá a ṣọ̀rẹ́. aṣọ funfun ṣàníyàn ẹ̀ láti jìnnà sílẹ̀ kó. ẹgbọ́n náà wọn aṣọ funfun ṣàníyàn ẹ̀ láti jìnnà sílẹ̀ kó. ẹ ṣọ́ra báwọn gbọ́ ìsọ̀ yìí o wọ́n máa fẹjọ́ ọkọ wọ́n máa rò fún àwọn o. àwọn onírú sí dára fẹ́ dàbí tó dòrò wọ́n lè sọ fọ́kọ̀ pé àwọ̀ ìyáálé wọ́n tún lọ sọ fún ìyàwó pọ́kọ̀ òun ṣe náà bí kiri. ẹ̀rẹ̀ tó máa ṣọ́ra fún ọ̀rẹ́ o bá so. ẹ̀ẹ́dọ́gbọ́n ìṣọ́ra fún ọ̀rẹ́ àmì. kò gbọ́dọ̀ pọ̀jù fọkùnrin èdè gbọ́dọ̀ pọ̀jù fóbìnrin pàṣọ. tábàkà mi ní méjì wo ilé tó ti dàrú ẹ gbọ́ o èyí tọ́rẹ̀ dàrú o sọ́hun ló pọ̀ ojú abẹ́. yorùbá fún ọ láyé kì í ṣibọ́ o wọn ò ní ilé dàrí ro advice àyẹ̀yọ́ alábí ó èsè wọn dà ìbá sí ó èsè kẹ́mú olólùtọ́ bókiri ò bá lánàá alágbà òníráyé wọbẹ̀ ṣẹ́ ń gbọ́.
Ayé fún wọn láyè ìyé, yé fún wọn láyè ìyàwó.
Bókiri ò bá lánàá, alágbà òníráyé wọbẹ̀ ṣẹ́ ń gbọ́. Ẹ̀yin ní kẹ́ ń ráyàn o, bí pọ̀mọ́ ìyá ní Alábí. Ẹ̀yin ní kẹ́ ń ráyìn, bí pọ̀mọ́ ìyá ọmọ ìyá ní. Kẹ̀sìrà yín lóṣooṣù ọwọ́ bàbá so. Kí wọ́n ìṣọ̀kan. Kẹ̀sìrà yín lóṣooṣù ọwọ́ ìjì bọ́lá. Kí wọ́n ìṣọ̀kan. Báràkà bọ̀rọ̀ ti tó fọmọlúwàbí òdìdí ló máa ń dàbò dénú o. Tọkọtìyàwó kẹmọ́rọ̀ yìí lò ó bó ṣe ń gbé tí ọ̀tún wọlé kó máa ṣe bàtò sí jáde. Báràkà bọ̀rọ̀ ti tó fọmọlúwàbí òdìdí ló máa ń dàbò dénú o. Tọkọtìyàwó kẹmọ́rọ̀ yìí lò ó bó ṣe ń gbé tí ọ̀tún wọlé kó máa ṣe bàtò sí jáde. Ọmọ aráyé kí ló dé? Ẹ̀yin kì í rẹ́ni tó so ìrì, ẹ̀yin kì í róhùn tó dùn ún sọ ni, ẹ̀yin kì í rẹ́ni tó ralẹ̀ tó kọ́lé tó sílé. Ìwọ fà lẹ́nu, ìwọ bá wọn lẹ́nu ló lè rọgbà Mr. Ajíbọ́lá. Ọba Ọlọ́run ló lè gbà wá lọ́wọ́ ayé. Ó bá wa ṣọ́ra, ẹ kò yá ṣọ́ra, ó bá dàkún máa dalẹ̀, ẹni dalẹ̀ àbálẹ̀ lọ. Ó bá yá ṣọ́ra, ọ̀rẹ́ kò yá ṣọ́ra, ó bá dàkún máa dalẹ̀, ẹni dalẹ̀ àbálẹ̀ lọ. O lè kọ́lé bí ẹyẹ kó tó ń ra mọ́tò, ọmọ tó bá ti kú ilé òní bá lọ, ọmọ òní bá lọ. Ìwà nìkan lẹ́rù tó máa ń padà ní, Ọlọ́run má ṣe wà ládọ́run òtítọ́.
Ẹ̀jú tòótọ́ mọ́lé òkìlé tí.
Àṣírí pẹ̀lá ní ọ̀pọ̀lẹ̀ òṣè o. Ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n, tọkọtìyàwó ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n, lórí wọn jọ ń gbé pọ̀ ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n. Àṣírí pẹ̀lá ní ọ̀pọ̀lẹ̀ òṣè o. Ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n, tọkọtìyàwó ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n, lórí wọn jọ ń gbé pọ̀ ọmọ ìyá ni wọ́n. Ìyẹn ní sípìrì ẹ̀ lọ́mọge máa ma ṣó. Ọmọ kì í sípìrì, iṣẹ́ tọkọ bá ṣe wọ́n ti lẹ́lẹ́ ló máa jẹ́. Ọmọge má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó wá pa o. Sísẹ́ ọmọge má ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kó wá pa, kó wá wá. Ìbá sí owó èdè yìí Báràkà, ọlọ́pẹ́ náà ni ó wà láàbò ẹsẹ̀ tán wí. Arábàbíẹ́lẹ́ kejì rẹ̀ o, ìjayà sí ọ̀tọ̀ pariwo o. Ilé ìmọ̀lẹ́ fújì àbí o. Dáadé wá sí ládùn yín olórí oko gbogbo ọmọ mi. Dáadé Báràkà tó ra ẹjọ́ kẹwọn mi o. Dáadé Àyìndé wà ní èyí bọ́ òkun kò lè sọ fún wọn. Pé ẹni ẹranko tẹ́fẹ́ kò ṣe bí ọ̀bọ. Ẹ àbá mi náà jẹ́jẹ́ sí. Ẹ má fún lọ́sàn-án kó má bá a dẹ́yẹ. Ìkọ̀sà yìí banana ló lè fa ìsàn bọ́. Ẹni ẹranko tẹ́fẹ́ kò ṣe bí ọ̀bọ. Ẹ àbá mi náà jẹ́jẹ́ sí o. Ẹ má fún lọ́sàn-án kó má bá a dẹ́yẹ. Ìkọ̀sà yìí banana ló lè fa ìsàn bọ́. Máa ń lọ, máa ń lọ, máa ń lọ, Mr. Basu, máa ń lọ. Ọ̀yọ́ ló a máa yọ lọ, Ìbàdàn ló a máa banújẹ́, Ẹ̀gbá ló a máa gbádùn lọ. Máa ń lọ, máa ń lọ, máa ń lọ bí ọmọ Ìlọrin, máa ń lọ, Mr. Paso owó ẹ̀sẹ̀ máa ń lọ. Ajíbọ́lá Kúnlé owó ẹ̀sẹ̀ máa lọ, Lẹ́kan Fúta máa lọ. Irú kílè ìṣẹ́ wasting of time. Ọlọ́màjà dúdú, wọ́n fẹ́ fi bọ́ yẹn ọjà. Ọlọ́mọ bí àbàtà, wọ́n fẹ́ fi yẹn bọ́ ṣọ́kọ́. Mo lóhun abínibí, ó yàtọ̀ sábìlìtì. Ìgbàgbé tí bá wọn ọ̀tá mi lò. Àdìtà wọn yọ àti ìfòjẹjẹ wọn.
Àṣàkìtà ní kọ̀rọ̀ gbàgbà.
Bàbá owó jẹ síwájú ẹ o. Wọ́n pè mí wá òkèèrè kábí sí ọ. Bàbá owó jẹ síwájú ẹ. Wọ́n pè mí wá òkèèrè kábí sí ọ. síwájú ẹ̀ o mọ̀ pẹ́ mi wá o ìgbà mi sí àpò.
bàbá mo wọlé síwájú ẹ̀ mọ̀ pẹ́ mi wá ìgbà mi sí.
èmi ò ní ṣáláyé mọ̀rẹ́ kò sọ̀dọ̀ lọ́wọ́ mo ní ṣáláyé mọ̀rẹ́ kò sọ̀dọ̀ ìyá ọlọ́wọ́. alẹ́ mi ò ní ṣáláyé mọ̀rẹ́ kò sọ̀dọ̀ lọ́wọ́ bá mo ní ṣáláyé mọ̀rẹ́ kò sọ̀dọ̀ lọ́wọ́. torí mo gbà torí mo mọ̀ pẹ́yìn lọ́pẹ́ tọ́ sí àní mo gbà torí mo mọ̀ pẹ́yìn lọ́pẹ́ tọ́ sí mo ní ṣáláyé mọ̀rẹ́.
bàbá mo wọlé síwájú ẹ̀ mo mọ̀ pẹ́ mi wá kí n lè gbà mí sí.
Yesu ngemi pasuma urkola
pasoni kẹ̀kẹ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ bá ti yá alábí ní kẹ̀kẹ́ adarí lára yá. ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀kùn gbọ̀ngbọ̀n ó lọ́rọ̀ bọ̀ ọ̀rọ̀ ni.
Yesu ngemi pasuma urkola
pasoni kẹ̀kẹ́ kẹ̀kẹ́ bá ti yá alábí ní kẹ̀kẹ́ adarí lára yá. wọ́n ló dúró dàwó làwọn ẹ̀rọ yìí.
ẹ̀kọ́ méjèèjì jẹ́ lágbólé fòjò
yẹn ní sàdédé jàrúsà àti làrúdé spaghetti. àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n ń bá ara wọn ṣọ̀rẹ́ o ìmísí olúwa làwọn méjèèjì ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ o kẹ́nikẹ́ni dákun má ṣe dání wọn rú.
ẹ̀kọ́ méjèèjì jẹ́ lágbólé fòjò
yẹn ní sàdédé jàrúsà àti làrúdé spaghetti. àwọn méjèèjì wọ́n ń bá ara wọn ṣọ̀rẹ́ o ìmísí olúwa làwọn méjèèjì ń ṣọ̀rẹ́ o kẹ́nikẹ́ni dákun má ṣe dání wọn rú.
wọ́n làwọn ń kówó lé. ẹyin tèmi là bá ẹ̀ka ọlọ́pẹ́ wẹ́sẹ̀ bọ́ọ̀ì mọ́ kẹ́ ìdìdówó martin èèyàn táwọn bá yín kábò ẹ̀kí bọ̀ táàkì èèyàn tí mọ́ di nọ́ọ̀tì gbọ́ wí pẹ́pẹ́lẹ́ ni o pélé wí pẹ́pẹ́lẹ́ ni o pélé wọ́n yà nílùú lọ́nà bá a ṣe àrà.
Melo, 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 melo. Melo, 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 melo. Tó bá rí tajé ṣe ò ṣayé jẹ́jẹ́. Melo. Tó bá rí mọ́ni lò ṣayé jẹ́jẹ́. Melo. Ká lówó lọ́wọ́ ò tèkì ẹ̀ yìí sí. Melo. Mo yé jayé bí ẹni jẹ́ ṣu. Melo. Mo rántí pé fingers are not ti kú. Melo.
ITV Channel 22. Independent television, factual news, breaking news, quality programs, entertaining programs, sports, class signals in over 8 neighboring states. Independent television, certainly the best.
You can now stretch your month. When you recharge your StarTimes decoder before the due date, you get 3 extra days. 3 days of extra adventure. 3 days of extra music and movies. 3 days of extra sport. 3 days of extra news. Extra 3 days in the StarTimes loyalty reward for all subscribers when you pay your subscription before due date. Yes, extra 3 days for you. No matter the bouquet, call 01-461-8888, 09-461-8888. Terms and conditions apply. Visit our website or Facebook and Twitter for more details. Quickly recharge before the due date. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Davido scares neighbors at Lekki. Wizkid and Linda Ikeji fight dirty on social media. An update on late singer No More Less. The ongoing beef between starboy Wizkid and superblogger Linda Ikeji climaxed on Sunday on Instagram as both parties rained insults and accusations on each other. The problem began after Linda reported Wizkid was served eviction notice by his landlord and asked, "Isn't that the same house at Lekki Wizkid claimed he bought in 2013?" A A very angry Wizkid replied, and I quote, "All those shoes and bags still won't help you keep a man. You and your laptop will stay married for life. That is why you slept with my director and he dumped you at the hotel because your pee stinks." I googled Linda at 25 and found nothing. You wish you had all I have right now at 25. And Linda, who couldn't hold back, replied the blast, and I quote, "I'd rather die than sleep with anyone I know is your director. Never met you in real life except for once, and I'm so sure I don't play in your circle." She later revealed why they have been beefing and wrapped it up, opening more can of worms by saying, "The Porsche car you drive is on hire purchase, and we know you are not 25. At the other hand, Wizkid, who performed with Davido and Akon in Brazzaville, Congo over the weekend, was served an eviction notice by the landlord of the house he claimed was his on Saturday for not renewing his rent that expired January 5th, 2016. Davido is in the news again, this time shooting a live AK-47 rifle inside his compound at Lekki Phase 2 Estate, thereby scaring his neighbors. On inquiry, Davido said he took an AK-47 rifle from one of the policemen, guiding him to shoot a scene in his upcoming musical video titled Any Reason, and was not terrorizing anybody in any way. He apologized to his neighbors and uploaded the same scene of him shooting the AK-47 on his Snapchat page to everyone's disgust. What a dude. And finally, late pop singer Noma Loss will be buried on Thursday, 7 April 2016 in Lagos.
Mr. Noma Loss. Again. Beautiful sunlight, brighten up my day.
Noma Loss died of chest pain and pneumonia weeks back, and this video, Beautiful Thing, was his last job, but wasn't released till now. That's been entertainment info on ITV.
For Libya before I come become driver for you. We sabi the road. Now so the road sabi us. Once we move, nothing they see our back. Journey of 3 hours. Now 1 hour we take the runner. Oga come make with
you. Fail. Next. Father,
you know see how this cut and this time where Oga give us fine. If your family follow us travel, then go watch film and listen to music tire. As we dey dance Azoto for television, that's how our boss they dance Azoto for road. Whether gallop or no gallop, oh yeah, make with the go, Oga.
You fail. Next.
For Meos and Motors, now safety of all our passengers be number one. We dey make sure say we use new motor and driver we qualify carry our passengers reach where them they go. You sabi say many of our road no good. We dey take extra care drive for safety and comfort of our passengers.
Correct. Safety first. Safety first. Amelsa Motors. Now you Biko. Carry go.
Amelsa carry me go.
Amelsa Motors has lion be king of forest. Now so Amelsa Motors be king of the road. Bam.
Prime and Choice Ultimate Properties will be branch of ID Global Consultancy and Associates Limited. He day for 257 Sapler Road for Benin City. Don't bring better come for our doorstep for property matter. Prime and Choice Ultimate Properties. Now they are talking and do for genuine property for Edo State. Then they help people sell and buy properties like a house and land. Even sell, then they buy and sell. And also the lease out properties. And you know go get wahala for any property where you buy or lease from us. If you define property, we no get wahala. Whether I land or house, I've been for lease make you work. Quick come our office. Whether I sell you one sell, I be you one buy, and you don't know how to go about them. Make you waka come Prime and Choice Ultimate Properties. We sit down Gidigba for 257 Sapler Road after Country Home Junction. If they take body rob Christ Victory Church for Benin City, or make you wire us for 052-293-591, 081-104-76723. Email at primechoiceultimate@gmail.com. Prime and Choice Ultimate Properties. They are talking a do for genuine property matter.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our Ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become Oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter and fish. We want to train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hats. This workshop will take place for Glass House Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
We will be Saturday and Sunday. To take part for this workshop now, check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brother brothers and sisters. Una do.
We are here again to unfold to you what is happening globally on the international forum. My name is Wilson Omasho. Like what we used to say, the world is a global village. Whenever I face a particular point in the world, directly or indirectly, do have this ripple, multiple effect at times on other parts of the globe because we are all connected. And the world definitely is a global village. Having that in mind, the discussion segment will be taking a look at the just concluded U.S. nuclear summit, where countries are called together from north, south, east, and west of the globe to come and discuss the imminent threat being faced by the globe. Because there's this report that there is an imminent threat of a nuclear strike. Where it's going to happen, we do not know. So the Americans immediately summoned other countries to come so they can discuss and see how they can beef up security. But guess what? Russia isn't present. North Korea is still talking tough. ISIS still struggling to have a footing in the world. And just imagine this. God forbid they lay their hands on a nuclear weapon. What do you think will happen? We will talk about that after taking a look at some of the stories making rounds across the world. Our first point of call is South Africa. You might have heard about the Zuma Gate, so to speak. The president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, may face impeachment vote. This time around, the Alliance for Democracy in South Africa, they choose to come together saying that this man you're seeing on your screen has infringed the constitution of South Africa by taking some money from the government coffers to go renovate his estate. $6.something million, if I'm not making a mistake, been asked to go refund the money, go pay back the money to the government coffers. And right now the opposition are like saying this man is not suitable to fit to rule. So they are saying that the impeachment proceedings will be used against this man. But the ANC are saying these are just political stunts. We just can't turn on our own. Even if deep down with it, they are not part of what this man did. But they tend to be loyal to the party. Let's see how they're going to resolve the issue. Because right now, the opposition, they are saying, Zuma, you must go. And what is the ANC saying? Everyone do make mistakes. As long as it's been asked to go pay back, if it should pay back, it will be taken as a crime. Let's see how the story goes. Now let's move straight up to Kenya, where the deputy president or the vice president, so to speak, of Kenya, Ruto, is like trying to see if the International Criminal Court will waiver the case against him about crimes against humanity. Mind you, Uhuru Kenyatta was summoned, and so along the line, that of the whole Kenya, the vice also has been called upon to be probed, talking about the 2004 murder or massacre, so to speak, the robbers that led to a distortion in Kenya and some other war crimes. Ruto has been called to answer, but now he's saying that he wants to go and see if the judges of the International Criminal Court will jettison or throw away these heavy charges against him. Because right now, Kenya says they want to focus on developing the economy of Kenya to make it a beacon in Africa. But if this case lingers, it's going to rubbish the government and the popularity of these two gentlemen, Uhuru Kenyatta and, of course, Ruto. Let's see what the judgment would be. Would it be waived? Will it be thrown off? Or would it be called to answer for his crime? And if he's found guilty, what should be the punishment to really suit the crime he has allegedly, so to speak, committed? Mind you, others that have gone to the criminal court, some of them have been freed, while some also have been made to face the penalty of the law. Our eyes and ears are open to see what is really going to happen to Ruto. Now let's look at what is happening right now in New Zealand. The Prime Minister of New Zealand, Helen Clark, has ended speculation of awarding to be the #1 woman in the UN. Because come December, yes, the tenure of Ban Ki-moon will expire. For the second time he is in office, making it 10 good years, 5 years a term, 2 consecutive times, making it 10. And now this woman is saying she wants to come vie for that position. Anyway, he's the director of United Nations Population Commission, so to speak. And now he's been there, he knows the nitty-gritty of how it works. And now he's making a proposal saying that he wants to make Germany, he wants to make Japan, she wants to make Brazil, and she wants to make India permanent members. And of course, she'll be opening 2 spots also, permanent members for African countries, 2 seats for them, so that they'll be able to be part of what is happening in the world, talking about security. From her own agenda, she may have so much good things in her mind, but the thing is that, well, she'll be the one to be elected because a Bulgarian, Antonio, is still there, as many other people are still vying for that same position. What are the prospects of this woman? Can she really run the affairs of the UN, serving as the Secretary General of that great organization? With her saying that she's going to make countries like Germany, Japan, India, Brazil permanent members, is it going to go down well with the founding members of the UN? What about opening 2 spots for African countries to be in the permanent seat? Will it go down well with the founding members of the UN? Will this ideology kick against her? They're going to fight against her. It is going to be a topic for another day. But right now, she has come out openly to say that she is interested. She really wants to vie for that prestigious position of becoming the UN Secretary General to follow the affair of the UN for the next 5 years. Will she succeed? Keep our fingers crossed, and of course keep you informed of what she is really doing. If she gets it eventually, it could be Uhuru for African nations. 2 of them to be precise, but she never mentioned any names. 2 of them to be precise to become permanent members, and that is what Nigeria has been fighting for. Through her, can Nigeria be made permanent members? We'll keep watching. Well, we'll take a short break, after which I will introduce my guest. And I've talked about the topic before, the just concluded UN or US Nuclear Summit, imminent threat to global peace. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Do it yourself. We don't come with our ogbonge program where ITV don't put together to teach you how to become oga of yourself. We go teach you now how to do the following things: bar soap, toilet soap, liquid soap, ice cream, yogurt, pineapple, and all kinds of juice, chalk, candle, hair shampoo, hair relaxer, tie and dye, paint, hair cream, and body cream, hair pig, rabbit, snail, grass cutter, and fish. We want to train our women how to make cinnamon hats, fish nets, feather hat. This workshop will take place for Glass House Airport Road, and the day will go happen now
23rd and 24th of April 2016.
We will be Saturday and Sunday. To take part for this workshop, now check Kele money will be 500 naira. Now you go take collect the form, and 5,000 naira. Now you go pay to do the training. My brothers and sisters, now do.
It's all about the just concluded UN summit, US Nuclear Summit, whatever you want to call it. Yes, there's a talk about nuclear disarmament, how to really check the proliferation of nuclear weapons, because right now North Korea is talking tough. They've been able to send a rocket to space. People like saying that is to test interballistic missiles. Apart from that also, they shot 2 missiles into the sea on the name of nuclear testing. And Kim Jong-un II says that he'll be able to manufacture, to create a bomb that can fit in perfectly into a suitcase. They call it a hydrogen bomb. And that has been a source of concern to the world. Even the US says they're gathering intel, which states that there is an imminent threat of a nuclear strike. And that really sends shivers down the spine of so many countries. Where is it going to come from? Is it going to come from North Korea? I've been talking tough, or better still come from this ISIS group that have been troubling the world. And Barack Obama said the threat is imminent. Every country must be very, very careful. Every country must really know what they are doing. Every country must put their fingers where it should be so that no one will be taken unawares. And of course, Nigeria was invited. It was riddled with so many comments. What's the president going to do in that place? What does Nigeria have to contribute? Any of our analysts here is going to throw more light on that. Emmanuel Nibenos here. Welcome to the show.
All right. Good afternoon, Wilson.
Yeah, for about 2 months now, I've not been here.
Certainly, we also need to go get some courses, some referral courses to also upgrade our knowledge and so that we can be able to feed our audience effectively.
All right.
It's all about growth. It's all about increasing knowledge.
All right. Now, let's take a look at Nigerians' presence in that. So before we talk about other security challenges, some school of thought are like saying that, look, we have enough problems here in Nigeria. Why would the president go for that summit in the first place? That Nigeria doesn't have anything to do with nuclear capabilities. We don't want to talk about using nuclear energy as an alternative source of energy. So why did Mr. President go for that summit? He just came in yesterday at about 6:15. So what's your take?
Well, thank you for that question. When the Mr. President was invited, I think personally it's like you pointed out earlier on. You talked about the fact that the threat is for all nations. Everybody is at risk. The imminent threat, nobody actually knows the country that is going to suffer this attack. That's talking about the nuclear weapon. And if a country like Nigeria is being invited, I think we should see that as a rare privilege among every other countries in the world to be invited to such a high power, a high profile summit talking about nuclear weapon. We must also agree with some critics that are saying we have not developed ourselves yet to that extent whereby we can be talking about nuclear weapon or even talking about using solar energy as an alternative means of energy generation. But that does not stop us from attending a meeting that will serve as an eye-opener to us, serve as an eye-opener to Mr. President, because his horizon needs to be expanded at this particular point in time. He needs to go out and meet other persons that are engaging in these activities. If he goes out and he gets exposed, gets informed, gets updated information, interact with other countries and are also present there, I think he is coming back. He's coming back with more experience, coming back better than he actually left. So for those that are saying it was a total waste of time for Mr. President, talking about our president attending that summit, I want to totally disagree with them. I think it's a time for us to also experience ourselves, get exposed to other knowledge. And when Mr. President goes, I believe with the experience, with the wealth of knowledge, with the influence that he has gotten in the process of this meeting, he will come back a better person and be able to think straight and able to think wide. So it is a welcome development.
All right, now let's leave our own president participation in the nuclear summit. Now let's take a look at the agenda of that summit. It's all about security and, of course, using nuclear energy as an alternative source of energy. Now let's focus on security. This young man from North Korea has been breathing fire. He's been talking tough, talking about death to the Western world. And to the extent that he has chosen to test his weapons, his nuclear capability. The first time when this young man came out to say that they've already produced or manufactured a hydrogen bomb that can fit perfectly well into a suitcase. They are thinking that this guy doesn't have the capability. Until he also sent a rocket to the moon, so to speak. And the world trembled a little bit. And it was met with serious sanctions. But that didn't deter this young man from doing what he was doing. He tested 2 missiles still in the sea to show that this man is ready. And he didn't hide it. He said he's going to use it on the Americans specifically. Now, what do you have to say about this?
Thank you also for that question. I believe that when we talk about a nuclear weapon, nuclear missiles, anything that has to do with a nuclear weapon, it's not something that any country or any government should just take lightly or should just experiment and just begin to spit fire. For the North Korea actually spitting fire and actually saying they are going to use their nuclear weapon on the America, I think it calls for more sanction, because the nuclear weapon is nothing short of a genocide. Using it and detonating it is nothing short of a genocide. If they tend to unleash their arsenal of nuclear weapons, we know the effect it will have not only on the country it was actually sent to, but also on the entire human race. So it is not just a war against the Western nation in particular. It is a war against the entire globe, the entire world, because of the effect the effect that it's certainly going to have on the atmosphere, on the ozone layer. Apart from it targets nation alone, the Western nation alone. It also has its own effect on the entire globe. So actually talking about testing and your nuclear weapon, that does not make you a great nation. That does not make you a country to be feared or to be dreaded in the global space. Time and time again will certainly prove you to be a nation that is solid when it comes to international security, as the case may be. Now, we cannot shy away from the fact that nations are coming up with their nuclear weapon, nuclear bomb, and it is something that is growing on an alarming rate. Statistics shows that we have over 15,000 warheads that are currently in the world. That's to show that a lot of nuclear weapon, they are in the process of being manufactured. A lot have been manufactured. A lot have been cooling down somewhere, somehow. That is the reality. That is a case. But for North Korea to be saying, we have this and we are going to use that, I believe is not called for. The fact that the American government, they are not also displaying their own arsenal of nuclear weapon, does not make them short of having their own arsenal well equipped. I don't think if the North Korea and the Western world are to come in coalition in a battle of nuclear weapons, I don't see the North Korea actually overpowering the Western countries. And also the effect of what happens in Japan is still fresh in our memory, that we cannot just want to experiment again. We just want to experience what we did some couple of years ago. It's still very, very fresh in our mind. We saw the effect, we saw the damage, the extent of the damage that was actually done on the planet, on that particular space. So at this point in time, this is not the time to begin to talk tough with our nuclear weapon. This is not the time to begin to threaten another nation. I believe it's a time to, if you want to build your nuclear weapon, but let it just be in your arsenal. It's not something that you use as a threat to another nation. It is totally uncalled for. And I believe the sanctions certainly currently on them should serve as a deterrent for them to this disease from any other dastardly act.
All right, if you take a look at the nuclear weapon disarmament charter, do you think that is an effect? Because if it's an effect, why the scare? Why the fear of imminent threat of a nuclear weapon warhead attack? Because that's the intel they're getting right now.
I believe at this forum, I want to commend President Barack Obama for his developmental stride, for his security consciousness. I believe ever since he assumed office, he has been conscious of security, and also not just security, but also his diplomatic way of actually carrying out his security message. Now, this, for a lot of persons are not aware, this nuclear summit, this is the fourth in his administration. He actually started it in 2010, and it was held also in 2012, 14, and this is the fourth meeting that he is going to be holding before he actually leaves office in January. That's talking about less than 10 months. I want to commend him because of, when America when they begin to get signal about imminent threats, it's not something that they are seeing that will happen in the next 2 years or in the next 5 years. I believe it's something that will happen in the next 10 years. Something like probably 2026 or as far as 2036. These are imminent threats. He may use the word imminent to make all the countries to be on their toe. But I believe it is something that is going to happen in the nearest future. That's in the next 10, 20 years. Be that as it may, no matter how long the years is, every country must be on their toe to ensure that they safeguard their nuclear warhead, they safeguard their country from any imminent nuclear attack. With the way that the global terrorism has been increasing, one will certainly not think of the possibility of a terrorist group or an organization hijacking or sabotaging a nuclear warhead and unleash it. Because we've seen the Brussels attack, we've seen other attacks currently, we've seen how how terrorist groups or terrorist organizations, they've used bombs to actually destroy lives and property. We will not be shy or even be tempted to think that if nations that are currently building or having in their arsenal certain nuclear warhead, if they should be warned or cautioned to take extreme security, to take extreme measure to ensure that their nuclear warhead is not sabotaged. Because if it is sabotaged, if it is compromised by any terrorist organization, it will not just, it will be something that the world is going to certainly pay dearly for it. So Obama, looking into the future, charting the course, spearheading the era that every country needs to be active, needs to be on their toe to ensure that what they have in their arsenal is effectually protected. Like an African adage that says, it's only a foolish man that will be blinded by a stone that he sees coming. I think the Americans, they've seen a stone coming, and not just a small stone for that matter, a very, very large one coming, and they're actually sounding the alarm bell, telling the world to be cautious, telling the world to be on their toes, and that's the whole idea about this nuclear summit. So I want to say that the alarm bell has been rung. It is time for everybody to be on their toes to ensure that they get their house in order.
Now, if you take a look at the summit, two countries or two groups, so to speak, were fingered, a group and a country, North Korea and ISIS. Do you see these guys really having a kind of an access to a nuclear warhead ISIS group, and you see North Korea unleashing nuclear terror or nuclear holocaust, so to speak, on the globe?
Okay, let's look at ISIS. In 2010, when the first nuclear summit was actually held, the first of its kind, when it was held, ISIS was not in the picture at all. They just talked about safeguarding your nuclear weaponry, ensure that it is not sabotaged. That was basically and various other agenda, various other policy we actually articulated in 2010. But now we have seen the act. We've seen the emergence of ISIS. We've seen their destructive capability. We've seen their dehumanizing mentality. And like I said, we've seen what they've done over the years and the lot of havoc and damage that they have brought to humanity. We will not shy away from the fact that if such a group gets to lay their hand on even the smallest amount of a nuclear weapon, I see them using it to unleash more terror in the world. I see them using it because we've seen with the little ones that they have, with the little weapons that they have in their arsenal, they've been able to use that to unleash terror on the world. So when they get their hands on something far bigger, far better than that, they can also use it as a threat or even go the length of even detonating the nuclear warhead. So I see ISIS as a major threat, as an organization that needs to be checked from actually laying their heads on any nuclear weapon. Now let's look at a country like North Korea. Now they have invested enormously in their massively in the building of not just nuclear weapon, but a lot in their security base entirely. They have invested so much in it. They want to be the global power. They want to get recognition. The way the Americans is getting recognition, the way the Germans getting some recognition, the way the Russians are getting recognition. They also want to be in the forefront, and that they are doing. They are building their armory. They are building their weapon base to ensure that they also become a force to be reckoned with. And in part of getting that recognition is to display some of their arsenals, to display to the world what they have in them, what they have with them in their country. And we've seen that over the years. They've displayed it in January. We saw the display in February. We also saw a testing. And one cannot imagine what else they will do in the course of the year. One cannot imagine what else they will do or what they are planning to also do. And we've seen North Korea come out to actually make certain bold statements. And for someone to come and make a bold statement, you shouldn't take it for a kid's globe. You shouldn't just undermine or underrate when somebody is speaking and has actually come out to make some test of those things. You shouldn't just take it for granted. I believe putting them in the center of the discussion, putting them at the focus of this particular summit is something that is something that is worthwhile. Telling the world to be cautious, telling the world to bring its attention on North Korea, and telling the world to look at ISIS as a threat. It's something that is very, very spectacular. If these persons are rightly checked, if the world starts to look towards that direction and sanctions are being made, I believe gradually it will serve as a kind of a deterrent for other persons to actually look into it. So ISIS and North Korea, they are threats that the world needs to actually look into.
The threats are saying they have to take them seriously.
Very, very seriously.
Now, you get to realize that Iran have been crying to the world, especially the US, to give them this permission to really harness nuclear energy power. But Israel's like saying they should give these guys a footholding in this aspect or in this terrain, so to speak. They'll go for the whole bunch.
Certainly.
That may just make them gain what they call nuclear weapon capability. Now, would you want to advise the US especially to allow Iran to have a taste of nuclear power? Because what they are saying, they are talking about agriculture, talking about alternative source of energy, but Israel is saying no, don't give it to them. They have ulterior motive, they have ulterior plans to really have a nuclear warhead. What's your reaction to that?
I'm certainly calling for the permission to actually build a nuclear plant or a warhead, as the case may be. It's something that needs to be really, really estranged. Now we'll look at the ulterior motive, and we'll also look at what is at the forefront. What are they presenting on the table as a reason why they want to build that plant? And now we know the intoxicating nature of actually possessing a nuclear warhead. We know the intoxicating nature. That's what I would say is partially the problem with North Korea at this particular point in time. You know, when a child just gets exposed to a level of knowledge or a level of amenities, the child begins to act out of control. I think that's what North Korea is currently doing. They are certainly acting out of control. And I believe strongly with the level of aggression, with the level of display that the Iranian country they have shown over the years, if they get this permit to actually build a nuclear plant or a nuclear warhead, the taste will drive them to the extreme of actually going beyond control. So it is safer. It is safer for the world. It is safer for everybody. It is safer for the Middle East, for this country to be shut out from actually building a nuclear weapon. It is safer for the region. It is safer for the world, because if they get to start creating it, they get to start building it, no matter the benefit they are trying to tell the world they are going to get. If they get a taste out of it, come on, you cannot just stop them again. They just keep going and going and going, and the effects will certainly be very, very dangerous.
Now, if you take a look at the summit, a country was obviously absent, Russia. Do you think this is like a bad signal to other countries coming together, saying that Russia don't care whether the world goes ablaze, nuclear holocaust? They don't want to be on their own, or they don't believe in the agenda of the U.S.?
I believe if you read what the minister actually said, they are not isolating themselves from a nuclear summit, but they are simply saying they are distancing themselves from a U.S.-dominated nuclear summit. Like the minister came out to say that they will be part of the I think International Atomic Society or organization. So they will attend that summit. But for them to attend a summit that is U.S., you agree with me that you will not want to sit or smile with a perceived enemy in a meeting, or a meeting where the enemy is almost like having the greater say or having the greater part of the meeting. You will certainly not want to be there. The Russia, they are seeing America as their major enemy. Currently, what's happening in Syria, and currently what is even happening in Crimea and the other stuff. We've seen them over time at headlock. They have been a headlock with each other. That's talking about the Russia and the American. So attending a summit that is America-based ideology, it's what they are against. They are not against attending a summit to talk about, to strategize on how to protect nuclear weapons. They are not. I think we should get that clear. They certainly are absent because it was an American ideology. If it was maybe another country ideology, they would probably have been there because of their influence, because of their control of nuclear weapons. Now, we know America and Russia control over 90% of the nuclear weapon in the world. They control over 90%. And if Russia and America, they are not in synergy, we'll know that no matter the decision that's actually reached on the first in America, will certainly not be as forceful if Russia was around. So I believe Russia distancing themselves from the summit was not because they want to isolate themselves, or they don't care if the world explodes, if the world is burning. That's not their intention.
Now, from your own analogy and assessment, do you think that is an American-based nuclear summit? When they're talking about global issues here, talk about countries coming together to beef up security against imminent nuclear attack or nuclear strike.
Who is initiating?
Is it an American ideology,
Who is
or
initiating?
what the world should take up seriously?
I believe personally it's an American ideology. I believe it's an American ideology because it's a threat to the world, no doubt. If you actually go through Obama's address, you discover that there's a way he actually, when you study the address, you just smile. There's a way he actually uses the summit to rub all the nations that it is not something that is, like you rightly noted, if something is happening in point A, it will certainly have an effect in point B and point C because it's a global village. Now, there's a way he actually used it to rub every other country in the world that it is something that every country needs to be a stakeholder in. But I believe it is an American ideology because as with America championing this nuclear summit is another right step in the right direction for the Americans to also be at the forefront of the nuclear accessibility and nuclear protection act. They are also in the forefront. And you know, when it comes to the battle of dominance, the battle of being number one, Russia will certainly not want to take a second place or to take the second seat for the American government, for the American nation. They believe they are also a superpower that needs to be accorded that respect. I believe if it was a joint summit between America and Russia, if the two nations were coming together to initiate a summit as serious as this, because this summit is not just something that should be taken lightly. It's not an economic summit. It's not a bilateral summit. It's a security summit that everybody needs to take very, very seriously, because if it happens in point A, it tends to have effect in point B, directly or indirectly. But I believe if the Americans were to, if they were not claiming that it was an American ideology, but it was a global ideology, they would have made it a kind of a partnership between America and the Russian government and say, since we are the big boys, we control over 90%. Let's come together. Let's come for a meeting. Let's talk to the other countries of the world. Let's get ourselves. If it was in that line, then and Russia still turned down the invitation, then we can begin to agree with the ideology or the theory or the postulation that Russia is trying to isolate itself from the global security. But since it was America sponsored, I believe if the president of Nigeria were to show you the letter he received, it will certainly be carrying more America consciousness. That is what Russia is telling the world. Let them open their eyes. Let's stop playing a second fiddle to the American government. We can also have our own say, despite the risk is a threat to all. But we should also have a say in calling for such a meeting, in making certain decisions in such a meeting.
All right, now from what you're saying, the summit minus Russia, from your own assessment, will the summit hold water?
Less than success. The summit minus Russia is less than success. But I'm not saying it's a total failure at all. 52 countries, 4 international bodies coming, that's a plus. But the American government, they are simply saying, if we can get over 102 countries signing to ratify the amendment, it will certainly go very, very far. The summit minus Russia, it will not be as effective as the summit plus Russia. You know, the drama, the everything that will be there. It would have been better. It would have carried more color, more weight, because a superpowers would also be present, and it would have been a summit to actually look forward to. But for Russia actually pulling out of the summit or deciding not to attend, it actually affected the summit. And you also discovered that Obama was not oblivious to that fact. He actually commented on the fact that Russia was not present. But I believe since Russia, they've told the world that they will attend other nuclear summits that are not American oriented, just American based, American philosophy. They have promised the world that they are going to attend, and I trust them. They're certainly going to keep their word, and they're going to attend.
Now, it's like these two giants that are still fighting.
Still fighting, it's obvious.
So now, if the fight is still on, one will not ignore the fact that the Cold War is still ongoing.
Certainly.
But with this Cold War still very much on, do you see the world being saved? Because for what you rightly said, these two countries, they possess majority of the nuclear warhead. If they are not in good terms, if they are always at loggerheads, secretly or openly, do you see it becoming a success? Or do you see that threat America is foreseeing happening soonest?
I believe that when Russia begin to get this same signal as solid as Americans, they are getting the signal. When they begin to get it very solidly, they will, at that particular point, they will come together and call for a roundtable discussion. Then it will not be an American ideology. It will not be a Russian ideology. It will be like it will be like a G summit. It will not be like a well-structured international where everybody is equal at that particular summit. When it gets to that point, that's when we begin to see Russia coming to take and to play or to come to the negotiating or the discussing table. Despite their being at loggerhead, despite the Cold War openly or secretly, but one thing is sure: the Americans, they have fortified their country. They fortified their country based on what's also happened in the 9/11 attack. They are doing that. The Russians, they are also doing that. So even if the Cold War is there, that does not stop your vigilance. That still is not stop. That will not make you drop your guard against an imminent nuclear attack. The Cold War is there. The battle for supremacy, the battle for dominance is certainly there, and that will certainly not stop or affect it will not affect the watchword, it will not affect their alertness, it will not affect their attentiveness as to what is happening all over the world.
Now, while you're busy analyzing Russia and of course US, you said something, the proper structure of the summit. You said that the summit is not well structured without Russia. Because you use that term, if it's properly structured.
Yes, if it is properly structured. 2010, when Obama came on board, and like he said, this is one of his foreign policy signature, I think one of his signature foreign policy. Now, he brought it up in 2010. It was done in 2010 in Washington, D.C. 2012, I think it was in Hague or something like that. Then 2014, it was also heard, and in 2016, back to Washington, D.C. Now, 6 years the summit has been holding. This is the 6th year of the summit. I believe they should have incorporated, if Obama is actually spearheading a world ideology, not an individualistic ideology, if he was really championing a world ideology, he would have, for 6 years, been able to go back to the drawing board and open or enlarge the structure a little bit to invite other countries, to other superpower to also come and be part of the organizing. Share the idea, they've been part of it. They have seen the organizing process. They've seen the structure. They can be part of the coordinating structure, the management structure. Then Obama may still be, they'll come together and be part of the organizing structure. If that has been there from probably maybe the second or the third summit, and this is the fourth summit, that would have added beauty. That would have added continuity. That's another idea. That would have also added continuity to this particular summit. Now, Obama will be leaving by Obama will be handing over by January 2017. What will be the fate of the nuclear summit? Now, since it's a kind of an Obama ideology, if Obama was thinking continuity, this would have been the right idea, right platform to actually expand the control base a little and ensure that other countries come and ensure that there's a balance of power, so as no country is having more power than other country in this particular structure or in this particular arrangement or this particular structure, like you have rightly noted. If that is there, then he can be guaranteed as an ex-president that the nuclear summit will still go on. But I'm afraid that in 2018, a nuclear summit as this may or may not, but I think it may not be actually convened, because the next president that will be coming, peradventure, and my candidate Donald Trump comes on board, I'll believe that he will not continue with this Obama's nuclear summit.
All right. Now, you talked about balance of power in a summit. Do you think if there's a balance in power, who will not listen to who? Who will not be the coordinator?
Then
someone needs to lead. Someone really have to lead.
If you are telling us that this idea will equally affect everybody, then come on, let's also have equal amount of say in the summit. That's what Russia is saying. It will be bad. It will be too bad for Russia to come to a summit like such and sit down and be looking at Obama delivering speech, and they look as if they are playing. They are not active. It won't tell well to the Russian government at all. It won't tell well of Moscow, and it won't tell well of Putin with his own personality. I believe it was even better for them not to even come, because if he had decided to attend, it would have been a kind of a total opposite view of what Obama is propagating, and that will not make the summit to actually go well. So it is better they don't even come, because you can't come to a summit and you just be looking. Obama is meeting Japan, he's meeting China, he's meeting North Korea, and it's not Russia is just there. Come on, you can't actually stomach that kind of international public disgrace.
But now let's look at North Korea. North Korea was there and more active. Do you think that they were able to listen to 1 or 2 points given? Because that thing should be centered towards North Korea and, of course, the ISIS group. What's your reaction to that? And don't forget that North Korea, according to speculations, are the lapdog of big countries like China and Russia.
It's fine. They attended them. They've seen the summit, and it was actually centered on them. We've seen various contributions. We've seen various addresses that was actually delivered, and various messages that we actually sent. I believe they should, and with these various things that we actually brought on board to the negotiating table, they should see that and take certain drastic. They should also take certain actions from the summit. But I believe with the North Korea that I know, they will certainly allow what was said in the summit to fall on deaf ears. They will still go on with or without the sanction, with or with more of the sanction. They will continue with their parts. They are set already on that part, and the part is to be a kind of a part to also be recognized when it comes to world security. They are already on that part, treading that part. I don't see a summit for 2 days or even a week actually making them leave the parts, because, come on, that's a nuclear ideology. Is certainly a program that goes for years. They already have a blueprint that will take them for the next 20 years. That I 80% chances of being correct. They have a nuclear plan for 20 years. You don't expect them to all of a sudden after a summit to go back and alter everything that has been on the drawing board for the next 20 years. It certainly not go well. So whatever was there was simply a show. Go there, listen, tell the world that you are listening. But whatever was spoken, let it fall on deaf ears and go on with your ideology.
So for what you're saying, it's not going to have any impact on North Korea
At all.
They are doing what they are doing. They're on their part already.
Yeah, they will stick to that path. They've already started building it. They will stick to that path and even come up with something more deadly and more creative, if I may use that word.
No, creative. Wow, interesting. Now let's take a look at Africa, because you can't talk about security and nuclear warhead or this. We're not talking about this continent. Africa has been plagued by insecurity. From assessment, globally speaking, when we talk about insecurity, Africa seems to be the continent they've been plagued by it. Don't you think these world powers should focus more on Africa to help them develop their security? Because if peradventure it not just got loosened in one of these countries' head, because Africa has a base. Because of the security situation in Africa, what do you think these global powers can do to really make sure that Africa sits up? Because it's all about nations coming together to beef up security. We have so many things bedeviling Africa: poverty, corruption, you just name it. So it's like, a fertile ground, or a breeding ground for any nutcase, so to speak, to use it as a base to unleash nuclear warhead or capabilities. What's your reaction?
I believe the right step in the right direction was what Obama did by inviting nations from Africa to be part of the nuclear summit. That's the right step. To make them aware that we know that your level of security is very low, and like he actually used, if a madman or terrorist or even a country that is currently in possession of a nuclear warhead gets to a point where they just feel like testing something, Africa may just be, or a country in Africa may just be the testing ground. That's part of the reason why they were invited to be exposed to first-hand from the CIA, from their nuclear research room. I think that's why they were invited. And thank God our president went. And I believe he has gone. Let me speak for Nigeria. And I thank God he has gone. He has attended. He has gotten the exposure. He has gotten first-hand from a lot of things that we actually display. Now, what I expect him to do is certainly go talk to the AU, African Union, and see them to also come and convey a security conference or a security meeting, an extraordinary meeting as the case may be, and also come to deliberate on their own level of security, beefing their own security. When they've come to discuss on a global scale or as a body, then they can begin to stretch their hands of assistance to the developed country to ask them, we want help. We have discovered we want help. We've been exposed to the security, to the danger of continuously living in a country where security level is poor. We want help. Then at that particular point, then the Western country, the European country can begin to offer hands of assistance to the African country. But for you to come up with an idea, as in the European country, come up with an idea that the African country needs to improve their security base, come up with the idea, propagate the idea, come to Africa, sell the idea to them, convince them. It's as if you are just cooking the food, feeding, and even eating for the African country. The African country at one point needs to realize, that's what we call self-realization. They need to realize by themselves that the need for them to beef up their security, get their, if possible, start developing their nuclear warhead, get their security, get it right. When they get to that realization, I believe the European country would, at that point, begin to lend hand of assistance to them. But for you to say the European country, with the mirage of problem that they are currently having, to come up with the idea, propagate the idea, come to Africa, sell the idea, that's cost effective. Come to idea, unless there's something to want to gain from Africa also, sell the ideas to the Africans. Then the Africans begin to draw their legs on the ground, want to deliberate and that. But when they are exposed to a summit, which they did now, they've seen the need, now they can articulate it among themselves and learn and stretch the hand of need to the European country. Then they can actually get it. Until the African continent gets to that point, I'm afraid that the European country will fold their hands and keep watching the African country.
All right, now we'll take a look at Africa and the with starvation, hunger, corruption. Yes, they may attend. Yes, they may hear. But do you see them listening? Do you see them carrying out all the instructions given to various nations in that summit to relieve of security? And they have so much to hustle for, so much to take care of at home. Do you think they have that space in their head to talk about security, protection? Do you think they're just speaking grammar to them? For example, like in Nigeria, you have corruption, you have fuel scarcity, you have degradation in the power sector, so many myriads upon problems. You see us as a continent, us as a nation, really taking this thing serious.
If you estray Abraham Maslow hierarchy of needs, now we start from the physiological needs. I think that's where Africa is at this particular point in time, and from the critics have been saying Africa is still at that point where we need physiological needs, and you're actually taking us to the social needs or even the esteem needs. And the European country, the advanced country, they are inviting us to come attend summits that actually deal on that particular level. And we are still at the bottom level. It's no use. That's what the critics were saying. The president should have sit here at home, sit his ass here and take care of what is happening in Nigeria instead of traveling to attend the nuclear summit. That's a nice form of argument. That's a nice form of argument. But we must look at the fact that despite the hungers in Africa, despite the starvation, despite the lack of basic amenities by this African country, we cannot shy away from the fact that if there is a security threat, you will not be talking about food and hunger at that particular point. You'll be talking about safeguarding your border, safeguarding your airspace, safeguarding your marine, and ensuring that there is safety. And you agree with me that one of the basic responsibility of a government is to provide security for the particular citizen. It is the duty of the government to provide security, and when the security is there, then to begin to provide basic amenities. So I believe the way we are concentrating on ensuring that we provide these physiological needs, that's talking about food, shelter, provision, every other stuff. The way we are considering that fact, we must also not forget to pay equal attention to the security needs of our populace. So it is one thing to attend the summit, and it's another thing to balance what you've actually heard in the summit.
All right, one thing to attend the summit, the other thing is to balance what you've heard in the summit. But like I said, we have myriads of problems here. What in the world are you doing in that summit? But believe you me, it concerns every one of us. An imminent nuclear threat to one nation, to one country in the world, directly or indirectly, means nuclear threat also to other adjoining states, countries, cities. That is just the truth. So please, everyone be security conscious. Emmanuel, thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Thank you.
I appreciate your analysis. We'll do it again next week, Tuesday on International Forum. God willing. Bye for now.
This is ITV. Certainly the best.
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Davido scares neighbors at Lekki. Wizkid and Linda Ikeji fight dirty on social media. An update on late singer No More Less. The ongoing beef between starboy Wizkid and superblogger Linda Ikeji climaxed on Sunday on Instagram as both parties rained insults and accusations on each other. The problem began after Linda reported Wizkid was served eviction notice by his landlord and asked, "Isn't that the same house at Lekki Wizkid claimed he bought in 2013? A very angry Wizkid replied, and I quote, "All those shoes and bags still won't help you keep a man. You and your laptop will stay married for life. That is why you slept with my director and he dumped you at the hotel because your pee stinks." I googled Linda at 25 and found nothing. You wish you had all I have right now at 25. And Linda, who couldn't hold back, replied the blast, and I quote, "I'd rather die than sleep with anyone I know is your director. Never met you in real life except for once, and I'm so sure I don't play in the circle." She later revealed why they have been beefing and wrapped it up, opening more can of worms by saying, "The Porsche car you drive is on hire purchase, and we know you are not 25. At the other hand, Wizkid, who performed with Davido and Akon in Brazzaville, Congo over the weekend, was served an eviction notice by the landlord of the house he claimed was his on Saturday for not renewing his rent that expired January 5th, 2016. Davido is in the news again, this time shooting a live AK-47 rifle inside his compound at Lekki Phase 2 Estate, thereby scaring his neighbors. On inquiry, Davido said he took an AK-47 rifle from one of the policemen, guiding him to shoot a scene in his upcoming musical video titled Any Reason, and was not terrorizing anybody in any way. He apologized to his neighbors and uploaded the same scene of him shooting the AK-47 on his Snapchat page to everyone's disgust. What a dude. And finally, late pop singer Noma Loss will be buried on Thursday, 7 April 2016 in Lagos.
Mr. Noma Loss. Again. Beautiful sunlight, brighten up my day.
Noma Loss died of chest pain and pneumonia weeks back, and this video, Beautiful Thing, was his last job, but wasn't released till now. That's been Entertainment Info on ITV.
Looking to acquire land to build or lease for business in desired choice areas, even here in Benin? Maybe you would like an apartment or to lease a warehouse for your business and goods. Then talk to us at ACM Global Resources Limited. Real estate management, your choice in properties, whether you are buying or leasing. We offer professional advice and services in real estate business. We're also involved in architectural designs and development of building plans. We bring solutions